All right, we are live. We are live. Hold on, let me go unlist myself. Let me go. There it is. We are all right. We are public now. Perfect. Good to go. All right. Welcome to another edition of Let's Chat Stadia and Cloud Gaming. Today we are gonna hang out and have some fun. We got another game to give away. If you guys don't know, we do this every single Saturday. We have a stream. Last week I ended up missing the stream and ended up doing it on Sunday. So making sure that I'm staying as consistent as I can, hanging out with you guys, seeing what you guys are up to, see what you guys want to talk about, what's new out there for you, what's out there in regards to cloud gaming, Stadia. I love talking all the stuffs. My vocabulary is amazing. All the cool stuffs, man. Talk all the cool stuff. So yep, we got a game kit we're giving out today. We're going to give out Shantae's Half a Genie Hero. That is going to be a giveaway. We will start here in about 5 to 10 minutes. We are giving that away on behalf of Mr. John, Four Scars Gaming, and I have his link in the description if you guys want to check out his channel and sub to him. His giveaway, he's giving out a Stadia key. I already have the key ready to go, so we'll be giving that out today. So excited to give that one out because it's a relatively brand new game to Stadia, and it's by all accounts a pretty good game. So glad to be giving that one out today. And then what else is on the docket, guys? Let me tell you guys, we have this has been an awesome week for Stadia. Not so awesome week for some other services out there, but overall it's been pretty fun. What's up, Tarek? How's it going, my man? Tarek Alashkar, how's it going, my man? I love to talk to you guys before a lot of people come in. How you doing, man? How's it going? What are you up to? So yeah, man, Stadia this month is it's got some good stuff, man. Got some good stuff coming out this month, and next month the same thing, man. We got Outriders, we got Humankind. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for some stuff. This is going to be the best 2 months that Stadia will have had this year. The first 2 months were too slow for me, but good to see we got some cool stuff coming out. Stadia Rose, how's it going? Anon, how you doing, my man? Derek says I'm doing fine. Thank you. Love your stream. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's up, David? David, how's it going, my man? What are you guys playing right now? What are you guys up to, man? We're here to talk to you guys, man. This isn't about me. What you playing now, bro? And what game you looking to play? So, Bird, I am playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. I have been enjoying the crap out of Dead by Daylight on Stadia. It's man, oh man, it's really fun, and I'm getting like higher and higher ranked in there. So that's what I've been gaming on. Pixel Junk Raiders is such a good game. That's awesome, Stadia Rose. How far have you gotten on there? FIFA is a game that I'm definitely going to be giving it quite a bit of a run, man. So Bird, definitely FIFA is a game that I'm excited for. I want to get into the career mode and everything that it's got, and it should be a fun one because I know a lot of people are going to be playing it. Yo, what's up, Jeff? How's it going, man? Yeah. So Pixel Junk Raiders came out this week. I'm curious how many of you guys have been playing that one and how far you guys have been getting into that. You need to get on that Dead by Daylight. It's so good. It's such a good game. It's so underrated. What's crazy to me is how big a community that game still has. Even today, it's insane. It really is. I've been playing Pixel Junk Raiders. The game is fun, but so unforgiving. Yeah, it sucks when you die, man. And the game is funny because I did my video on it, and it's on the channel. And I don't want to say I was struggling, but it was difficult. Like there was definitely some difficulty because I kept dying and I kept coming down to like my last life, you know, and then I turn on and get ready to do a video and I record myself and I'm like, why is this all of a sudden so easy? So I think I got lucky. I'm already burping it up, guys. I apologize. I notice when I talk with you guys every Saturday, all the gases come out. I guess I don't talk this much typically. Yo, what's up, Unitrix? How's it going, my man? How you doing, buddy? John, hi, bye. All right, John. Take care. Do you think there's going to be an online presence in months' time on FIFA? When FIFA first launches, there'll be a presence. None of the FIFA games have crossplay, so that's going to be a tough one. What I'm really hoping happens, maybe we need to do it on this community. within this community. We need to set up like a FIFA Discord or something, or unless it's already out there, and we need to have people just kind of get together and play and use that Discord to set up matches and maybe even tournaments and all sorts of stuff. So that's really the best way to do it. I know the racing Discord, and I don't have their link off the top of my head. Maybe somebody's watching wants to drop it in the chat. But there's a full dedicated Stadia Racing League Discord community, and they run all the racing games together in FIFA, 2K, all that stuff. Those are all games that we got to kind of have to come together when they don't have the crossplay. So Odyssey Ruins, what's up, my man? Hey, Sonny, how are you doing today? I'm doing really good, man. I'm doing really good. No complaints for me. Jeff says, is Saints Row a really good game? It's a pretty good game. A lot of people have enjoyed it. It's a good game. Yo, Sean, see, I love Stadia so much. I despise all the sites saying it's already dead because they closed the studio that made them no money. Yeah, man. I mean, there's some biased reporting out there for sure. You know, Sean, for the record, you know, Stadia, from what I've seen, from all accounts, is on a good trajectory at the moment. It's not as positive as it once was. So that's where some of that comes from. You know, a lot of people worried, and we can't dismiss a lot of those people who are Stadia hopefuls that are, you know, not as excited. But there's, like I keep saying, I've said this a couple weeks now, there's a lot of breadcrumbs that we've seen that have shown some real positivity. And I had my list up. I'm gonna go through this again like I did last week. I have like a list of all the cool things, and all I can say is we got some cool stuff coming. We got some cool stuff that's gonna make a little bit of noise for Stadia. That's about as vague as I'm gonna be with you guys. So I apologize, because I know that that's a bit of a tease, and I don't like doing that. But we got some good stuff, trust me. Clive, what's up, my man? How's it going, buddy? Clive, if you guys haven't checked out Clive's channel, the dude is quality personified. He's a very intelligent dude. He's awesome to listen to, and he's full of charisma. I'm a big fan of his, so check out his channel as well. By the way, let me see if I can set up this giveaway real quick. I think we've been streaming for a little bit here. Hopefully we don't make it angry. Today's giveaway is brought to you by Four Scars Gaming. Check out his YouTube channel. It'll be in the description below. We're going to give away Shantae Half Genie Hero. I think I said that wrong. We're giving out it's probably the Ultimate Edition, so it's that $30 version. So we're going to give that away today, and we'll get that going right now. So that way you guys here who are early can enter in the giveaway. Keep in mind, guys, you do have to be present when I pull this giveaway. And it looks like the bot is already going. Oh, my goodness. The bot is working beautifully today. Let me pull out my chat, guys. Give me a second here. There it is. All right, cool. Yo, what's up, Ray? How's it going, my man? How you doing? Ray, happy birthday, my man. Hold on. Let me give a little bit of love to Ray here. Hold on. All right. So when it's someone's birthday, and I typically, it doesn't matter who it is. Like if it's one of you guys, I like to sing. The problem is that I might have to do this every week, though. So we have to maybe limit a little bit. But since it's Ray's birthday, let me give him a little song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Ray. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday to you. I think it was your birthday like 2 days ago, right? I know I gave you some love on Twitter. All right. Let's go. All right, let me keep it going. Shadow going under. Yo, Shadow's not going under yet, but it's looking a little rough for them. Hopefully they find some bailouts and they get right back on track, and hopefully things are going to be positive over there, man. I have plans for Shadow. When I heard the Diablo news, I'm like, oh, I got to stream that like on Twitch. So I'm really hoping Shadow can figure it out for sure. Yo, we got a new member in the house. Yo, Stadia Rose, welcome to the club. Really appreciate it, coming in with a bronze. Thank you. Gary says, I had issues with the Luna controller connecting with Amazon. Stadia is easy to connect. Yeah, a lot of people give the praise to the Luna controller and the connection. I haven't messed with it yet. It's still in the box from when I unboxed it yesterday or last week on stream. One of these days I'll mess with it. Oh man, I'm a bit bummed out about Ark not being out. Yes, just stay tuned. It's coming. Trust me. What's up, Scars? What's up, man? Is that you? Are you in charge of the giveaway? Is that you, my man? We got the giveaway. I've been giving your channel a shout out. Stadia Rose, welcome. I really appreciate the new member. Really appreciate you becoming a new member. Really appreciate that. Yo, what's up, Freddy Fredo? What's up, my man? Jez says Luna is fantastic. Yo, I have to give some props to Luna because this is what I've been saying for like a month. I've been saying that my experience with Rainbow Six Siege was fantastic. Then I jumped into Resident Evil 7 and it was really blurry and it didn't look good. Well, I gave it another shot this past week and it looked fantastic again. So that's now, I'm gonna give him 2 for 2. I still have to test out a lot more games, but yes, so far Luna's quality has been pretty good. But I'm hoping to still give it out more of an experience and see how it really is, testing out some more demanding games, because I'm wondering if maybe like the more newer games. So I want to test out like Valhalla and all those and see how it looks there. So Luna so far has been pretty decent. Dancing Panda, what's up, man? Stadia is not only alive, it's kicking and doing pretty decent, my man. Odyssey says, I love you all. It feels good to be part of this community. Yes, my man, I agree. You have no idea. You love everyone, but I love everyone times 100. Like, literally, it's hard for me to even express how much I'm just not good with the feels, but I really do love like every single one of you. Like it's you guys are completely insane, and I can't even put into words how much you guys all mean to me. So I really appreciate everything you guys do in every sense of that word. I haven't used Stadia in almost a year. They did too much gatekeeping and didn't offer enough sales to keep me back going. Well, you know what, Stuart? It's been interesting because Stadia has been giving out or been doing sales every single week. There was times last year where there was really big gaps where there wasn't sales. There was like a good 2 months before all the big sales from Christmas came. It was like really weird because there would always be sales every month. Now they're doing sales every single week. And sometimes I have a hard time keeping up because it'll overlap with the sales from the previous week. So it's been really cool to see that they're doing a lot of sales, which is why I tend to say I don't get why people say Stadia's games are more expensive, because they're typically the same price. It's not always the case. Some games can be a little more expensive than like Steam, but like people want to compare Steam, and Steam's like a whole different ball game. Steam is cheaper than everybody. Steam's cheaper than Xbox, than PlayStation. So it's not usually a fair comparison. But either way, sales have been going on all the time. Check out the videos because I always talk about all the sales. But I hear you, Stuart. Let me know what you're playing right now. Andy says, hey, Sonny, was Saints Row 3 Remastered one of the 2 games you were talking about that was coming and would make people happy in the Stadia roadmap? No, it was not Saints Row. It was not Saints Row. It's funny because I gave a little hint on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, check me out on Twitter. I gave a little hint that we were going to get something extra this past week. And Saints Row was the game, and I know somebody messaged me, and I won't say who, was like, that couldn't be it, right? So a lot of people weren't excited, or some people weren't excited for Saints Row. I think Saints Row was a pretty fun one, so a little surprised by that. Isaac says, Luna's partnership with Ubisoft is a game changer. Seems like the more these studios and publishers work together, the more the players will benefit. I agree with that. And, you know, Stadia has that same thing going, so does Luna. And I do hope to see Luna have more channels, and it sounds like they are. So it'll be really cool to see what they do. And I really hope that this year Luna really starts to bang out those games, because Luna right now is pretty limited and I want to see a lot more games from them. So Stadia Rose says, I owe you a membership. Kept me entertained during the lockdown and sorted me out when I won a giveaway voucher from the UK. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Ray, man, thank you for being in the chat. It's really good to see you, my man. And I hope your wife's doing well and your son. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Let's be honest. Stadia has serious issues right now. Jez, I'm not going to disagree. You know, there's, like I've said, for me, when I talk about Stadia, Jez, I'm talking about the doom and gloom crowd. You know, it's not doom and gloom, but like I've said before, I'm not the Sunny where I was from like 3 months ago, where I was beyond positive. I'm not there either. There's definitely some things that we can give constructive criticism towards, and we have to give Stadia constructive criticism. We cannot be super positive either. You know, we got to be somewhere in the middle where we can say, hey, we appreciate the service, we love how good it works, but hey, there's some things that we have some issues. Like for me, my biggest thing right now is I want to see quite a few more games coming. There's got to be a little bit of ratio. Hopefully I shouldn't say there's got to be. I'm just hoping there's going to be a better ratio in regards to indies and maybe some bigger, older ports that we've been all wanting to see. But with that, guys, we have, Humankind coming next month. We have some games that I'm actually excited for, and I'm okay with getting a couple AAA. Like if we only get like 2-3 a month, that's fine. But a lot of platforms right now aren't even seeing that, So a lot of it is just kind of like the full scope, and I think we all judge it from the full scope, and I think we still got to give it a little bit more time, see where it's going. Like I've said, I know that there's some stuff happening in the future that people are going to get excited about. I got to be very vague, because I got some friends that I don't want to get them in trouble in any way, shape, or form. But we got some cool stuff, guys, and you just got to continue to just be a little more patient. I don't pretend to know everything. I don't. There's still a lot of things that I want to know. So I'm positive. I'm more positive than I was definitely a month ago. Not as positive as I was 2 months ago, but there's some good stuff to watch out for. And right now, all the services are kind of in a little bit of a stale. I mean, GeForce Now dropped their games for this month, and there was not much on the list that was super exciting. So we're just kind of like all the services are just kind of going through a little bit of a lull right now. So Andy says, I've watched every video you made. Great content, brother. Stadia's my only gaming platform right now. Really hoping for Resident Evil on it. So it's funny because talking about Resident Evil, I went and gave it a shot back on Luna, and the game looked better. But not just that, I'm not typically a fan of those games, and I am really into it. So I'm gonna hold off and maybe stream it a little bit. And man, oh man, I've been sleeping on the Resident Evil games. I'm not typically a horror guy, but they're good. They're really good. So Tower says, your video showed up in my algorithm. I totally forgot they reached over $1 million on the Play Store. Can't wait for the Google TV app. That's awesome. By the way, thank you for reminding me. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. Subscribe as well, guys. I'm actually about 20 away from hitting my next 100th number, which is, I think, 16,800, I think. Very close to getting 17,000. So please, if you're watching this, you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I do giveaways almost every single week. I have content that keeps you guys up to date. So definitely subscribe. Sonny, any news on ray tracing from inside sources? No, there's no news on it. There's no news on it. No news. I had to think there for a second. Nope, nothing that I'm aware of. I think the games to watch out for is still going to be Chorus, which is supposed to be coming out hopefully this first half of the year. I think that's a game that said that could potentially have ray tracing with Stadia. So that's what I'm going to be watching out for. Ray says, watching Sunny and playing Cyberpunk 27 on Stadia. That's awesome, my man. Nice. Oh, hold on. Sometimes my chat just jumps forward. I'm really behind in the chat, so I'm going to move a little bit forward, guys. Lakoff says he's been using Stadia for 6 months and loving it. That's awesome, my man. Can I get some of that birthday love? Happy birthday, Lakoff, man. And happy birthday. 1998. Oh, my goodness. You're 12 years younger than me. I feel so old. Yo, Stefan coming in with the 5. Stefan, how's it going? Sorry for what you know what, with the tumor someday. No, Stefan, listen. So Stefan sent me a DM the other day, and he goes, Sonny, you suck. No, Stefan was like, Sonny, you kept repeating this word in your video. Just stop sucking a little bit. And I didn't get back to you, Stefan. It wasn't for anything personally, because you're giving me some constructive criticism. It was because I was really busy at that moment, and I get a lot of DMs, and for me, it takes some time to get back to people. So it is nothing personal, my man. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to give me 5 to apologize, just for the record. I just know I appreciate you, my man. Don't worry. And I did get back to you. I DM'd you back like 2 days ago, my man. So hopefully you saw my DM. Oh, man. I feel bad. All right. Honestly, with xCloud catching up on the tech with 1080p and Series X blades coming up this year, I'm not seeing where they can keep competing in the marketplace. Google's communication is beyond terrible. So, again, don't disagree that their communication could get a lot better. I've talked on my videos plenty of times and said they definitely need to do a lot better on that front. I will agree with this, too, and I've been saying it the last 3 weeks. xCloud is making moves. It's making some noise. I'm excited personally for xCloud, but I got a little bit discouraged again when I tried out the web app. It didn't work out really well for me. So we're going to wait until it actually comes out. The browser support should be really soon. And I don't even know if that's out there. That's just what I know. It is going to be coming out soon. That's just something that I know. And there's going to be a big game that's coming out with xCloud next month as well. Is it? No, this month. I'm sorry, this month. I think this month, actually. Yep. I had heard the news in February. So this one I'm not keeping a secret since it's xCloud. Hey, Sonny, just popping in to say hi and drop a like. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Dr. Spaceman. Thank you, my man. Really appreciate that. Bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, brother. All right, let me keep it going. Let me keep going through your chats, guys. Sorry if I missed some of your stuff. Do I have any mods in the house today? How is it possible one boosteroid from Romania to have Blizzard and Bethesda in 2 games, but GFN not? Isn't boosteroid? Isn't that a PC in the cloud? That's not an actual like service or platform. It's more like a PC, right? You're just renting out a PC. So when you're renting out a PC, kind of like Shadow, you can pretty much get any game you want. All right, let me keep going. I think Stadia should do a UI refresh, especially in the Chromecast Ultra. I agree with that. Couldn't agree with you more on that, actually. The Chromecast Ultra needs a little bit of work. The UI, I don't know if it's still lagging these days. I haven't logged on to the Chromecast Ultra in like 6 months. So it's been a while. And I agree, in general, we need a search bar. There's some good stuff that we can definitely say, hey, Stadia, we let's get on the ball. I wrote a tweet out this past week. To me, it's been mind-boggling. And I know that other services don't, like other platforms don't do it, like Nintendo. But Stadia should consider getting, and let me know if you guys agree with me in the chat. They should have the ability to gift Stadia games away in Stadia codes. Can you imagine? So Stadia is free. So if I buy Saints Row the Third Remastered for $40 and I go, this isn't for me, this is a gift. Or even if it's just like a link where you have to go through a link process, even though they don't give you a key, I'd even take that. But imagine if we can just give away a game, since there's no cost to getting the game on your own account. So I really feel like Stadia is kind of missing an opportunity there, not working on that, because we can give away games to our friends and family, or I can give away games to people when I'm doing live streams or whatever, and maybe new people who have never tried Stadia or on Twitter. And that's one way to really get this out there. And if we're purchasing and we're giving you money, that can only be a positive thing. I think more so than, like, I know Nintendo Switch doesn't do it, but more so than a platform like that, it really makes a lot of sense for Stadia. So I really hope that that's something they just to think about working on, because I think it could be huge to give games away. And when you give a game, let's say you give away a huge game, like let's say I give away Cyberpunk, to somebody who's skeptical, like it gives them an opportunity to test it out and see and make them a believer in how awesome this tech is, because we know it's awesome. Superco says improvement suggestion for Stadia screenshots make them filterable by game. Not bad. You guys, the UI refresh is coming with the Google TV app launch. Sit tight. Good call. Stadia feels like the experiments that Microsoft has been watching to learn from the errors and get it right. It's funny because I think Luna's the one that's kind of going down that route. I think Luna's watching what Stadia does and saying we're going to try our best not to make those mistakes. My problem with Luna, though, is they're a little slow. So it's kind of gone in the opposite direction. They're a little slower than I'd care for them to be. But either way, like I said, I've been impressed with Luna. And you're right. Some platforms are watching what Stadia is doing, good or bad, because I've seen GeForce Now react to Stadia. When Stadia gets a game, GeForce Now will try their best to get that same game. xCloud does it all the time. They try to get games that will release on Stadia and they'll make them part of their pass. So it's just interesting to see kind of, there's little battles already happening within the scope of cloud gaming. Are you aware of any features that will be coming to Stadia, or are they done bringing new features? No, there's things like the support for the Android app and Google TV. That's kind of what we're still waiting for, and that's kind of a big one, because being able to play Stadia without having a Chromecast Ultra on your TV is a big deal, and having more of that. So that's kind of the features that I'm aware of that are coming. Any completely new features? I think there's something I heard. There's something that I heard, but it's not anything that's gonna blow you guys away. So and I kind of forgot what it was. So that tells you how much it blew me away. So there's stuff they're working on. I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS4, but since I started playing on Stadia, I hate even turning the PS4 on. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. When I started this channel and got deep into Stadia, I sold my PlayStation 4 pretty quick. And what did it was one day me turning it on and having a system update that took an hour, and I was just done. I sold it on, where did I sell it? On eBay. Nintendo Nate, what's up, my man? How's it going? Guys, by the way, we are doing a giveaway today. We're giving away Shantae's Half Genie Hero, and the sponsor of the giveaway today is our guy here, 4 Scars Gaming. His links in the description if you guys want to sub to him. He's streamed Stadia, mostly Stadia from what I'm looking at, and he does some Luna stuff. I was seeing him the other day, man. He's a cool guy, and he's a writer, I think, for Canada Best Buy. So he's a cool guy to follow in general. So check him out. He's giving out the giveaway today. I actually have a giveaway for you guys. We're going to give out here in a few weeks. We're going to give out Saints Row the Third Remaster. We're going to give that game out to you guys. So stay tuned for that giveaway. What are the odds of getting caught on Stadia? You know, I don't know, man. I lean towards that. There's a good chance we could see it. I know that there's a good chance. I think there's a good chance, Ramos. I honestly do, and I think a lot of people they're fully aware over at Stadia headquarters that that's like the most requested game. So, DBS says I picked up Series X the other day for MLB The Show, sticking with Stadia for non-MLB games. Yeah, man, I'm a big fan of MLB The Show. I wish that we'd see that one on Stadia. That'd be amazing. Case, what's up, my man? Evening, Sunny. Possibly the best month for Stadia. Saints Row, FIFA, Outriders, expensive month ahead. Yes, and we have a really good month next month as well. Trust me, we have a good month. We have Outriders, we have Humankind. We got some good stuff next month, so I'm excited. What is wrong with the Chromecast Ultra being on your TV? Absolutely nothing's wrong with it. I'm saying for those who want to enjoy Stadia, maybe I didn't say that right. Those who want to enjoy Stadia without owning a Chrome, or who don't own a Chromecast Ultra, being able to launch Stadia off a ton of TVs, you know, that's just more people that this opens up to. So Alexander says, Sonny, you're the Stadia Oracle. Give us some news, oh wise one. Nah, my man, nah. You guys, I typically get the 98% of the news right alongside you guys. Something not Stadia related. Hawaii is working on a console to complete. Are they really? I didn't hear about that. Yo, what's up, Dominico? Dominicano. There we go. Dominicano, what's up, my man? How's it going? And your mama knows says I need a good mobile controller to use for Stadia that fits my Galaxy Fold. Has face buttons and D-pad similar to Stadia's and allows me to connect to my phone via the C port. Well, as you know, my man, there's not a lot of choices for you. The Kishi's like it. I think it would. Oh wait, your Galaxy Fold. My bad. Oh, there's one controller. Galaxy Fold's like a tablet, right? There's one controller, and I forget the name of it. I'll have to look it up for you later, my man. What are you going? When are you going Tesla in the background? I don't know. Does Stadia have any exclusive games? Yes, it does. It's got quite a few, actually. Maybe you guys in the chat can name them off. Get some Rainbow Six series and Siege on Stadia. You know, I don't know what's going on with Rainbow Six Siege. I fully still expected to see it on Stadia. I'm literally waiting any day for the announcement. I really hope that we see it. Literally any day now. Any day now. I really hope that we see it. Have you heard about something coming this Monday? No. Yo, that's boy Sunny here working hard to getting us that info. I am trying to work hard for you guys, man. I always do. April, Arc on Stadia Pro, Ubisoft Plus in UK, EA on Stadia. Caseball. So the interesting thing about Ubisoft Plus is that I think due to what's going on, what it sounds like in the backgrounds, for those who live outside of the US, I think we could see Ubisoft Plus pretty soon. I really do. It sounds like they're really getting that integration working, and I would expect it for sure this year, without a doubt. But I wouldn't be surprised we get to see it here pretty soon, maybe like within the first half of this year. like worst case summer, but I really expect to see Ubisoft Plus, and I think that's going to be a big one for a lot of people. And I wouldn't be surprised too, on another note, to see Luna, once Ubisoft Plus decides to open up to the world, that Luna might start expanding too. So maybe that's what they're waiting for. Who knows? Mark says, do you think the Makers program is the temporary replacement for SG&A? I kind of think so. I kind of think the Makers program's kind of what's there at the moment, and that's kind of it. So it's good to see that Makers is still around. You guys don't know what Stadia Makers is? It's like this program that lets like indie devs make games on Stadia, but they can even get funding. Who knows if that funding portion is still there? Hopefully it still is. And it sounds like, and I've said this before, like I said, the breadcrumbs, guys, there's breadcrumbs that Stadia is still doing its thing. One of the breadcrumbs is that game Sky Climbers being accepted. I know there's like a whole process it's got to go through. They got to develop the game still, but it being accepted onto Stadia and all that is a good sign. It's a really good sign. And I know that's not a big game, but a service or platform that's going in the negative direction wouldn't be trying to continue to add more games to the platform, and it sounds like they are. So that's a positive to take away, and I'm guessing Makers program is part of it. But I am hoping, and a lot of us are hoping, and I did see that big Reddit thread that a lot of people, let me know in the chat, have you guys been happy with Stadia Pro? I actually think this is a good question to ask you guys, because I want to kind of get a head count. How many people are happy with Stadia Pro? How many people are not too happy with it? Or how many of you are in the middle? Maybe you want to see a little more, but you're still keeping it. For me personally, I'm okay with Stadia Pro. I feel like this past month was a little disappointing with having a game like Reigns on there, but I do feel that Ark Survival is going to be coming soon. And so when you mix that with Pixel Junk Raiders, which is a completely new game, exclusive game for Stadia, I feel like that's a good month. I've been saying this for like a long time though. I want to see a big, older AAA title always attached. We're starting to see xCloud really get those games out, and I think it would make a big some noise actually. And I've been petitioning for FIFA to be on Pro for a long time. Imagine the amount of noise, you know, letting people know you're gonna have FIFA free on Stadia. Well, not free, but with Stadia Pro, which is just a $10 subscription. And xCloud's doing the same thing with NBA 2K. So I'd like to see it happen. And I think I'm allowed to say this. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. So I won't say it. But let's just say that I think FIFA is potentially possible. And it should be possible. It's just a matter of Stadia pulling the trigger. So all right, let me keep reading what you guys saying. Yeah, 4K is a big deal. I hear that. That's one of the reasons why I have Stadia Pro for sure. 4K for me is a big deal. I'm playing mostly 4K. Give me a second, guys. You can feel me losing my voice little by little. Okay, so Alpha says he's happy with it. Nar says he's very happy, but I need more games. Okay. Alexander says I love Stadia Pro. Brilliant. I agree. There's a lot of value there, but I think we do want to see a little bit more exciting games. And you know, like I've said, this month, if Ark does come, like I've been predicting mid-March, kind of like what happened with Little Nightmares. Speaking of which, a lot of people forget Little Nightmares. A completely brand new game did launch on Stadia Pro. So I was a little surprised to see how many people are unhappy with Stadia Pro, because I feel like has been some good stuff. At the same time, I think it could be an overall frustration that's part of the equation there. So Eli says, I'm not happy with Stadia Pro. Eli, feel free to let us know why. Eli, by the way, I respect your opinions, my man. So thank you for letting me know. Give me a second, guys. Hold on, how do I mute myself? Give me a second. All right, let me keep reading what you guys have to say. I actually like Stadia Pro. As long as more games are being released, I'm happy. Very nice. Juan says he unsubscribed from Pro. I feel they need to up their game. By the way, guys, like I keep saying, guys, let's give them feedback. This is part of the reason why I like to have these chats. one of the reasons I like to talk to you guys like this is to kind of get what your guys' opinion. With those opinions, I try to be my best. I try my best to be a voice for you guys on my videos to let, Stadia know, hey, this is kind of what people are feeling. There is quite a few people decently happy. I'm decently happy with it, but I totally get the frustration. So, like I said, guys, let me know. Hold on, let me keep it going. Yo, what's up, Ant? How's it going, my man? Hey, long time no see. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Dot says my only benefit from it is the 4K. All right, I am Walrus. I'm good with Pro currently. That being said, I really like them to offer a cheaper yearly price option. Very good point. A yearly subscription. Let me know in the chat how many of you guys would love to see a yearly subscription. Like, that's just some upfront money for Stadia. Let's get on it. Elliot says, I just canceled my Pro. I feel it's not worth it so much anymore. I have several games bought in the library now. Would rather buy the ones I actually want to play. That makes a lot of sense. FIFA could enter Pro when FIFA 22 or something comes out. Yeah, but see, by then, FIFA becoming Pro wouldn't be as exciting. Because then people move on to FIFA 22. If it's anything like NBA 2K franchise, that's how it works. And I'm guessing it's quite a bit like the NBA 2K franchise. Like if NBA 2K21 becomes Pro and NBA 2K22 is out, no one cares about NBA 2K21. That's just how it works, unfortunately. Hold on, here we go. Juan says Shadow will be fine. They think they already found a big investor. That's true. they say that, but sometimes people say things to not scare everyone away. So for me, I'm gonna wait and see pattern. They sound confident enough. That's kind of where I'm at. We'll see what happens. I feel like no matter what, though, Shadow could be. It looks like the prices could be raised. So that's kind of my worry. I think more than likely that's what's going to end up happening. So we'll see what happens there. DBS says they need something like 2016 Doom or AC Odyssey to get on Pro. Yes. I have been saying, why don't we get some of the Ubisoft games on? But maybe that's not possible with Ubisoft Plus now. So, but there's still some games there that I would love to see. I mean, we've had some good ones. We've had the Metro series on Ubisoft Plus. They just kind of gone away a little bit from those really, really like excellent, like those nice AAA games. And I hope they kind of get back to it. And I think they will. There's some good stuff coming out. Just got to continue to be patient. But I'm glad I'm getting your guys' feedback because this all helps me. All right, let me keep going. Is Call of Duty most likely coming to Stadia? I can't say most likely or not likely. I'm just kind of not sure yet. I'm hoping and I'm very hopeful. I don't know if that doesn't help you, but yes. Alexander says, what's up, SSR, by the way? I just saw you in the chat. What's up, my man? Alexander says, guys, just in case you haven't hit Sunny's subscribe button. Yes, please, guys. I'm like 20 away from hitting the next 100. I think I'm 16,800. I'm so close to 17,000. So please subscribe, and hit that like button too. I'd really appreciate it. Come on, Stadia, get MLB, NHL, Soul Calibur. Exactly. Get all the games. Literally name them all. I couldn't agree more. Anything that we can get on Stadia, I'm going to be excited for. Wow, I'm really behind. I'm going to keep going forward with the chat, guys. Eli says, to be completely honest with you, the games that are on Pro are not the games I want to play. I've claimed them all. None of the games are interested in me with the exception of Hitman. Still sub for 4K. Gotcha. Nathan says, hey, I have been a PS Plus member for many years. Every single month when the new games are announced, there are equal number of people super happy and super angry. That's correct, Nathan. That's just kind of what's going to happen. It's true. Hey, Sonny, do you think the Neo would be great for Stadia? I'm not sure what that is, Simba. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what that is. Carl says, I unsubscribed for Pro. It's the only way I could just show a library of games that I have bought and play. That needs to be an option to hide and unclaimed games you no longer want. Yeah, I agree with that. An option to hide games that you're not so interested in and maybe you never will. But if they were to just fix up the UI, maybe that wouldn't even be even necessary. So I agree with you on that to a sense, for sure. I've had Pro since day one. I don't have 4K, so I can't use that. But the games we get seem enough to benefit for me. I'm mostly a PC Switch gamer. J. Ramos, you sound exactly like me. Like, except for the 4K, because I do use 4K. PC, I was a Switch gamer, but Stadia completely replaced the Switch for me. I'm not even really much of a PC gamer anymore because I mostly just play on Stadia. But I couldn't agree more, because if you've had it since day one, you have, I forget the numbers now, man, and I had them, but it's almost $1,000 worth of games. And I based that off not on a Stadia store. I based it off Steam's store, the store that's supposed to be kind of the cheapest. And it was almost $1,000 worth of games if you've had Stadia since like day one. Now, if you've gone maybe halfway, it's probably half that amount. So there is a lot of value there. There's a ton of value there. And that's not something that I forget. That's why I'm not unhappy. But I admit when I see a games like Reigns on there, I'm a bit like, that's a bit rough, you know? So yeah, I'm only talking about this topic because there was a huge Reddit post where a ton of people said they were not happy. So been wanting to get what you guys feel here on this community. Ant says we need Stadia mouse keyboard support for Android devices running a Raspberry Pi connecting to a projector. Have you ever tried Bluetooth? I've never tried that myself, but I bought a Bluetooth keyboard and controller 2 weeks ago, and I should give it a shot and see if that actually works with Stadia. That's interesting. I have to check that out. Ant, if it doesn't work, then I hear you on that. That'd be great to see. Ubisoft already do deep discounts. Don't need to be free on Pro. I don't think it would happen just because of Stadia, Ubisoft Plus. So, Sunny, in your opinion, do you really think Stadia will last? I have doubts now. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't fully know, but I am, like I've said, more positive than negative. When the news came out that was negative about Stadia back in the beginning of February, I would have told you I'm leaning more towards I'm worried about the future. It's like if I were to put a percentage on it, I'd say I'm like 65%. But there's a lot of doubts, and they could kill the doubts a little bit if they were to go, yes, guys, we have things planned beyond 2021. We have things planned beyond 2022, and we are still looking to acquire big studios. Now, what I possibly think is happening is maybe they're working with, or they're hoping to work with some big publishers, big developers, and work out a deal where maybe they use part of the tech as well for what they want to do, but they're also bringing something in for Stadia. And I wouldn't be surprised. That's why we're not hearing anything. But I think this is one of those times where I know they don't want to promise things years out, but in this case, I think it would really help. I think they should. They don't have to, you know, but a lot of people have told me directly, I'm leaving Stadia because of the news that came out, because they're really unsure. And how can I sit here, you know, as what I feel is a representative to you guys and not try to have a voice for them? I can't just sit there and tell you guys I'm so positive this and that without saying, hey, there's a lot of people with a lot of concerns, and this segment of people are people who have believed in your product. Guys, we need to find out what's happening years down the road, not just what's already been planned. Like I've said, there's been breadcrumbs of things that have been positive that we've seen. We've seen, like I said, Sky Climbers coming on. The fact that they mentioned Stadia Makers is still around. That to me was big, because Stadia Makers wouldn't exist if they weren't actively trying to have more games on Stadia. They would have killed that. So there's positives, there's things to look at, but that still doesn't answer the biggest question, is what about bigger games? What about what's the future for those titles? Another positive that we saw, to me, this is actually a pretty big positive. And again, shout out to, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Maybe he's in the chat, or he'll appear later and I'll remember. I think it's Casey. Maybe it's not Casey. He said, and credit goes to him, Outriders was always supposed to be delayed. And they kept telling us over and over, Outriders is not coming until after all the other platforms. It'll see a release date later, you know? And all of a sudden, and you got to remember, I even talked about it in one of my videos. I said, hey guys, if you guys want Outriders to come on Stadia, make some noise. If you want it to come day and date, let's have another situation here like Cyberpunk. And I'm not trying to give myself credit. I'm just saying this is important to us, that we want to see this game day and date. What happens? All of a sudden, you know, after all these announcements, negative announcements, we hear that Outriders is coming day and date. It's one of the bigger games of the first half of this year. There just isn't a lot of big games coming out right now, guys, for any of the platforms. So let's just, let's get that straight. So this was one of the bigger ones, and it's coming out day and date now. However they did that, if they had to send some Stadia engineers, if they had to grease the wheel a little bit, that's another positive to me, because that told me that they're focused on potentially getting these big games released right alongside all the other platforms, and they want more of that cyberpunk action where, hey, Stadia is this alternative that really runs and plays these games really great, and all you need is an internet connection and all your whatever old controller you have. So there's been positives, guys, and that's kind of what I've been pointing to, because if there was new negatives to point to, I would tell you those, and I'd be like, guys, I'm worried. But there hasn't been that. There's been more positive. So that's where I am at on that. Hopefully I don't repeat myself later and say all that again. Good Rebel, did you see that some of the Stadia community is going to do a 24-hour stream for charity? I actually haven't seen that. I got to check that out. Stadia needs to advertise way more. That's one of their weaknesses, by the way. Their advertising can be a lot better. Part of that at times is on the developer and the publisher as well. It's not always on 100% Stadia, but for instance, Little Nightmares 2, it would have been nice to have known that was going to come out, because some people ended up buying it somewhere else thinking that it wasn't going to come on Stadia. If that was announced ahead of time, that would have been big. And the people that worked on that was, who was it who worked on it? It was one of the studios. It was the one that made that one horror game. I'm drawing a blank. But one of the studios that was supposed to make an exclusive title for Stadia, and hopefully they still are, they worked on Little Nightmares 2. And that was within Stadia's home pretty much, and they should have announced that. So there's little things that they really need to work on. It seems like there's some movement. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been paying attention, and it's not news out there, but there's some movement. There's been some of the Stadia PR that have left. I don't know if they found better jobs for them, or different lateral jobs, or they've been fired, or I have no clue, but it seems like there's some movement. So hopefully something's changed in that area in regards to advertising. So in that sense, I agree. Sonny looks like Sal Volcano. I don't know who that is. Stadia needs to bring people to the platform. Agreed. And I think they will when they open up to a lot more countries, which is what I think is going to happen. I'm really behind, so I'm going to jump all the way forward in the chat. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button, but subscribe, guys. We are so close to hitting 16,800. Just need a couple of you guys more to subscribe if you're brand new. We do giveaways every single Saturday. By the way, I didn't even mention this today. We have a really cool community gaming day / night tomorrow within the Discord. Join our Discord if you haven't already. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in Discord chat. This isn't something part of the live streams or anything. This is just us getting to play together, getting to know each other. You don't have to be part of Discord chat. If you just want to play silently along with us, that is completely fine as well. We did it a couple weeks ago when I was on Discord. It was a lot of fun. We played some grid. We played some other stuff. I'm not the one that runs it. My mods do. So they're the ones to ask questions about, but that's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't joined our Discord, definitely consider it. I think I'm also giving away a $10 Google Play card. So that is part of it. If you participate, I will just put your name on a list and I'll randomly select it, and we'll do that. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me turn on my music back on. Likes to turn off. There it is. Music's back. Outriders is going to be a good one. Yep, absolutely. Stadia would really do well to have more interactions with players and content creators. They seem a bit lost. They're doing a little more now. You got to give them a little bit of credit. On Twitter, they're very active. On Facebook, I think they're active as well. We got a donation coming in here, so let me give a little bit of love here to Kate. Kate Warren, how's it going, Kate? Really appreciate the $4.99. Kate retweets all my videos. So much love to you, Kate. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate that a lot. So thank you for the $4.99, Kate, and I hope you're doing well and everything's going well for you. Thank you. Rouster, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Hope you and your son are doing well. Do people complain about Luna as much as they complain about Stadia? Nope, because I don't think Luna actually has a ton of people on their service yet, and there isn't a community based around Luna, not yet anyways. So you don't really hear a lot of complaints about Luna because of that. It's funny because a lot of people I've noticed say, why doesn't GeForce Now which by the way, GeForce Now, well, let me finish this sentence. Why doesn't GeForce Now, Luna, and other services get as much flack as Stadia? Well, GeForce Now did get a lot of flack when they lost games off the service. So for the record, they actually did get a lot of flack for that. But Luna, GeForce Now, all these things don't really have an actual built-in community like Stadia does. So that's part of the reason why I think you don't hear people complain about it, because, you know, there's not this built-in people that care as much. They're just people who are using the service for an ends to their mean, which is just like for GFN, it's just, hey, I'm just launching my games I already own on Steam. So it makes sense. Luna, I just think Luna is just in the United States, so they just need to get bigger. So right now, these services are just all in their infancy. They're all growing right now, so it's just not there yet. Imagine Google invested in Shadow. Would be a big game changer. I'm not so sure about that. I don't think that would work out. Shadow runs their infrastructure, how they run their PCs, and all that is completely different. I don't see that happening. Somebody asked me that the other day, and I'm just like, no, it's not going to happen. Sonny, do you know when COD and Battlefield are coming to GeForce Now? No. I don't think... Is there EA games even on GeForce Now right now? Or Activision games? I don't think either one of those are even on GeForce Now, so I would say no. It's definitely tough, especially when you're a Stadia-only content creator. I'm not sure what the context of that is. I probably missed it. Rob says Stadia messed up big, taking the misstep with in-house exclusives. They are stuck in a position to bring people to the platform, having dropped it with nothing to fill the gap. You know, you're not wrong actually on that. If they would have had some good games that they had in the works ready, and keep in mind again, it's the developers got to get the games out. But if they would have maybe planned that a little better, I can see what you're saying. Some stuff to come right alongside that news. Yeah, like I've said, Stadia has shot themselves in the foot quite a bit. There's no getting away from that, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. They've shot themselves in the foot quite a few times. You can tell they've learned from some of their mistakes, and I think they might have made another one, and I'm hoping that they learn from this one as well, and they do what they got to do. And like I said, we've seen those breadcrumbs that show they are working in a upward trajectory, but we got to continue to see that stuff. Seeing services such as Shadow and Stadia starting off strong and then pivoting, I believe, is an indicative of the growing pains of a new era in gaming and technology. I mean, cloud gaming is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's gonna be part of gaming's future. And I've never said that it's gonna take over the landscape and it's gonna be the main way to game, but there is definitely a future to this. And again, I'm gonna repeat what I always say almost every week now. There's places in parts of this world where a console or a gaming PC is not anywhere near obtainable or possible, but those segments of people, those pockets of people in the world still want to play high quality AAA games and even a lot of indie games, and they want to experience the console feel, they want to experience the PC feel. Who's going to provide that to those people? There's a demand for it. It's going to be cloud gaming. So I 100% have no worries at all for the future of cloud gaming itself, and Stadia and all these other services just stay the course because there's demand. There shows that there is demand for it out there. My man coming in here with a $4.99. Blake Stadia says, hey Sonny, have you heard about the poverty is not a game charity movement taking place by some of the Stadia? My head's sorry guys, my head's itchy. By some of the Stadia community. No, I missed it. If he DM'd me, I didn't see his DM. I swear I did not see it. I have not heard about this at all. Blake, I really appreciate that $4.99. I've not heard about this at all. Just being honest. If he DM'd me, I missed it. I think maybe he DM'd me about something, but he didn't tell me what it was, and I might have just not got back to him, so I apologize. That's the only thing I can think of, but even then, I got to check out my DMs. So I apologize. Haven't heard anything about it. Bro, if you are a voice for us, to Google, tell them to fire Phil Harrison. Get in someone who knows gaming. I don't pretend to be a voice officially in any way, but I try my best because I know I have a larger platform than the normal person does with my channel. So I don't know about firing Phil Harrison. My suggestion was potentially putting him in an advisory role. I don't want to see someone lose their job. You know, that's not my brand of, what's the word? My attitude, I guess. Do you think that the slow growth that Stadia's had is partly due to gamers not willing to embrace the future of gaming and cloud gaming? In other words, are gamers clinging too hard to past technology? No. I think Stadia's slow growth started when it launched. That's what I think. It launched in almost the worst way it could have launched without highlighting the positives of Stadia. I think here's the thing. When a game launches, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not as familiar with platform launches. Like, I was a kid when the first Xbox launched, and I know that didn't sell well. When Stadia first launched, they made a lot of mistakes, in my opinion. And I think that's really, like, when you have a launch and it goes bad, a lot of games, when they launch first, they have a hard time recovering. And Stadia was on its way. They were doing really good stuff with Cyberpunk 2077. There was some really good things, and Stadia was turning it around, but it might have been potentially a little too late. And again, it did come out publicly, and I had heard this internally, that COVID really messed up a lot of stuff. Not only that, but I had heard from a very big, one of my sources from another big publisher who did confirm that the cost of development has, for some reason, and I don't know the absolute ins and outs and details, but the price of developing a game has skyrocketed because of COVID or whatever. And I don't know why, because in my mind, I'm just like, aren't people at home? Maybe shouldn't that save some costs? But I think everything's just been slowed down, and that alone costs money, right? Time is money. So I think that played a huge factor. There's just a lot of factors as to why Stadia didn't grow as good as it could have. I think if it would have launched in a beta, I think if they didn't have a price wall right off the bat, if it would have just launched free to everybody, there was a lot of different things that they could have done to really change the perception. And it does suck a little bit to see all the negative headlines, because a lot of times when these people write these articles, they literally go off of how Stadia launched. They'll test Stadia out for like an hour and be like, oh, this thing isn't working like I want it to work, or it's not working as good as it should for them. And then they write an article or they make a video, and it's been really frustrating to see that, because Stadia convinced me, somebody who was skeptical, that cloud gaming still needed a little bit more time in the oven, because I'm like, no way, internet's not ready for this. I thought that before I even made the channel. I made the channel and got excited for it, but was skeptical, and it completely changed my mind because Stadia just runs so good. Eli says John Justice as Stadia president and Jack Buser as VP of Stadia. That's probably how I'd go. That's how I do it, just because I do know them and what they've done publicly, and they're excellent. So I'm a big fan of Jack Buser. I'd love to talk to him. I emailed him once. He ignored me. John Justice didn't ignore me, though. John is awesome. John is cool. John's a cool guy, for the record. Cloud gaming is the future, but not Stadia. Do not get offended. Shadow and GFN is the future with RTX on my phone. It's funny, you just mentioned Shadow, but Shadow is in bankruptcy, in trouble. GFN, I've always wondered, since if you go back and watch my video from last year where I reviewed GeForce Now, I said, how do they sustain this business model right now? And so it's funny because I worry about GeForce Now too. You know, I do worry about them as well. So right now, I think all these services are just trying to figure it out. Free Horizon, how's it going, my man? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. It's funny because I read your guys' chat and then I start scrolling up. So if you see that I read a message lower than where you message, I scroll up a lot. Like, that's something I do. So, and then I try to go back down. Fion says, hopefully Stadia will pick up again. Absolutely love the tech. It's amazing. Shadow of the Tomb Raider on my iPhone is incredible. It is, man. I've been playing on my phone without Wi-Fi, and it has been so much fun. So much fun. Just playing on my mobile data. It runs so good. Stadia is just so incredible for me to play. Literally no problems at all for me to be playing on my cell phone, and I don't have the greatest phone. And it's just incredible. It really is. Do you think Stadia would have done better if they listed themselves as a beta rather than being fully released? Yes, big time. Be it big time. GFN or Stadia, Sunny? That's easily Stadia. Easily. GeForce Now is a good service. It's just so inconsistent. A lot of times you have to log in. Sometimes the gameplay itself is very inconsistent. For me, Luna was kind of tied. Now I think I'm putting Luna in front of GeForce Now, and GFN's kind of falling towards the bottom for me. And I know a lot of people like GeForce Now. My thing is when I have GeForce Now with the Shield TV, that's because of the AI upscaling. That's amazing. But without my NVIDIA Shield TV Pro, I'm not too impressed with GFN. By the way, also, when I play with my Chromebook, it's really good. Joey, what's up, Sonny? Love the channel, bro. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. David says they should make a virtual reality headset and Joy-Cons and have VR support. Yeah. I think that could be part of something really cool, too, if they worked on that. I think what hurt Stadia was they should have just did PC ports. Instead of having to do the games in their format. Would have been cheaper and wiser for them. I think the reason they did what they did was making it easier to implement like certain Stadia features and just overall having more of a flexible way for games in the future. And I think that's why they did what they did, but don't quote me on that. Stadia has so much potential. I think that there just needs to be more communication with the player base to keep us excited about games and features. I have faith in it. Well said. Well said. Stadia has the most potential. Let's just say that right off the bat for me. I've tried every single service. There's a reason why I'm still the biggest Stadia fan out of the rest of the services. I like all the services to a degree. They all do something different, but by far Stadia for me is where it's my favorite. It's the one I play with on a daily basis. You have a benchmark like owning all of the games on Stadia. I don't have my own benchmark, but there's a really cool thing that you can look up from Inled on Twitter. If you look him up, he's got like a whole breakdown of all the Stadia Pro games. Is that what we're talking about? Or you're talking about all the Stadia games? Yeah, I don't have. I have almost 100 games. No, I have 100 games now. Canmans and Sunny is exactly right about GFN. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. I wish that they didn't stop working on exclusives. Also love the channel. I agree. I've said this over and over. I'm going to repeat myself over and over. The reason why one of the reasons I got so excited for Stadia's future was exclusives doing things that we've never seen before. And that would make people go, wow, you know, cloud gaming is truly part of gaming's future, because now we can have 500 player battle royales, just to give you guys an example. And it sounds like xCloud's actually working on something like that. But that's where, for me, Stadia, you know, had the potential to be up there easily, surpassing all the platforms potentially. Like it probably wouldn't, but you know, it has the potential because it's going to reach a lot of gamers out there in the world who just need their cell phone. And not only that, but them working on their exclusives and having their studios was that like affirmation that for sure that we knew that they're in it for the long term. So that's kind of gone away a little bit, and kind of like, you know, people are worried, and they're justfully worried about it, about Stadia's future. And I don't ignore those people, and I hear you. But like I've said, I've seen more positives than negatives. But yeah, it's not a good way. There's nothing really positive to spin, in my opinion. That those studios closing didn't hurt Stadia. It did. David, thank you for the $4. You got no message attached to it, so either way, I really appreciate your $4, my man. Thank you for the donation, David. Much appreciated. Before Christmas, there were a lot of streams with group play. I had a lot of fun playing Grid, F1, Outcasters, Bomberman, and the rest. Yet now there's nearly now YouTubers doing live stream. That's not true. There's a ton of YouTubers, my man, doing. Are you talking about the big YouTubers? Or because there's a lot of Stadia centric YouTubers who do streams. There's quite a few of them. And if they're in the chat, feel free to put your channel. Chariot Man Gaming's one of them. He's in the chat right now. The more games for Stadia, the better, because the Switch Pro is coming. Yeah, I don't know if the Switch Pro will affect Stadia in one way or the other. Sonny, do you think Stadia will announce something big at GDC 2021? I think that's an event that we're all going to watch for, including myself. I don't know if they are going to announce anything. I am hoping they do, though. I'm hoping that's kind of the event that kind of shows us what's coming up for the future. The best right now are Shadow, Stadia, and Luna, but watch out for Microsoft. They could very soon. Yes, if xCloud upgrades and the browser support ends up being pretty good, then yeah, xCloud is one to watch out for. And I've been saying that for pretty much a month now. Liam says they don't need to do the first party. Actually, easier for them to do third party. You know, I don't disagree, Liam. My thing is, I'd love for them to tell me that. We can't just assume that's what's going to happen. Do you have an explanation why journalists and most influencers don't like or don't care about Stadia? Simple. Very simple explanation. It gets clicks. If it didn't get clicks, they wouldn't do those. If the clicks came in the form of Stadia is awesome, they'd do that. Especially for influencers. Journalists, I don't know. I can talk about other like other YouTubers. I can tell you that's why they do it. I can talk more about YouTubers. Journalists, I'm not. It just feels. It just like I've said earlier. I said this earlier. It feels like there was certain negative perceptions of Stadia, and a lot of them I feel don't do their research. I literally just read. I wish I pulled it up right now, but I don't remember what it was. I literally just read an article 2 days ago talking about why he didn't like Stadia, and he listed like 6 different things, and 4 of them were a complete nonsense in my eyes. Like they just didn't make any sense. They were like going off of when Stadia first launched, and it's just not the same anymore. And I honestly feel that sometimes these people just play for like a couple hours. They look at the store real quick, and they don't really get an idea of what's happening, how things have been launching, how features have been coming out, a lot of different things, and it's a little frustrating. But other influencers, other YouTubers, it simply just gets clicks. There's a lot of people out there that want to see cloud gaming fail, and so when you say Stadia is doing bad, that just gets clicks, and so that's why they do it. Free Horizon says, that's in my opinion, by the way. Free Horizon says, honestly, storage space is a big reason for console and even PC gamers to switch to cloud gaming. You know, I've always said this, even last year, all of last year, Stadia is a great supplement to those PC gamers who, and I can only speak for PC because I've never been I've never been a console gamer since I was like a child. As a PC gamer though, cloud gaming, especially Stadia, is amazing because you just don't have the storage space to put all the games that you just want to launch right away. And so Stadia is always, that's why I feel pretty good about cloud gaming in general, but I've always felt good about Stadia because a lot of games if they're relaxing games like we're about to get Humankind next month. That's not a game that you need to have locally. You know, that one easily works really well over the cloud, you know, but it's a game that could take a lot of space. It could potentially. And those types of games, there's a lot of games we can name, a lot of genres, and cloud gaming really is such a great supplement to those who are already entrenched in whatever gaming they already have. So if they're, you know, playing on their consoles or they're playing on PC, whichever one, it's so good for that. And then, like I keep saying to you guys, there is a good billion people out there who haven't even experienced console or PC gaming, and they're just waiting for cloud gaming. I literally get messages on my YouTube videos, comments, hey Sonny, when is Stadia coming to India? My friend Ayush is always commenting on all my videos. There's a big segment of people that really want to get their hands on some cloud gaming because they can't afford a PC computer or a console. So that's why for me, hopefully Stadia just continues to just focus on getting big games, getting the tech, you know, working as good as it can. Like working smoothly on my 4G is seriously impressive. That's not even 5G. Imagine when 5G is more prevalent. So Stadia Reddit has 104k members. xCloud Reddit has 13.6k. GFN has 45.6k. Luna has 2k members. Stadia by far has the most interest. Yeah. And it's funny because you said GFN has 45.6k, but there's not an actual like community built around it yet. You know, Luna, there just isn't that much interest. Yep, like you said, in xCloud. xCloud's interesting. I got to look it up, but I went on there the other day and it's the same thing as GFN. All right, let me keep going down reading, guys. If you guys haven't already, let me give you guys a call to action here. So give me a second, guys. Now, we're giving out a game today. Shantae's half Genie Hero. We're giving that out today. And this is brought to you by Four Scars at Gaming. His description, his links to his YouTube channels in my description. He streams Stadia. Looks like he does a little Luna, but almost all his streams I'm looking at are all Stadia. So you want to check him out, definitely. He's the one that's giving out the game away today. Half Genie Hero. I think it's the that Ultimate Edition, so the $30 or $40. I forget how much it is. So if you guys are interested, check out his channel. He wanted me to give him a shout out. He's in charge of the giveaway. I'm giving it away, but it's his key. But I'm giving it out to you guys. So if you haven't already, exclamation raffle. Also, like the video, like this stream if you can, and subscribe if you're new. I'm so close to 16,800. We're so close to 17,000. So all the subscribes, all those numbers, all those we're getting closer to 20,000. So all of those matter. All your guys' subscriptions matter. So guys, if you guys can subscribe, I would appreciate it. Simply James says, oh man, I'm so annoyed right now. I tried GeForce Now and it's a pile of poop. I'm going to reword what you said there. Why do they have games in their interface if they make you sign in? I know, it's a headache. It's a headache, I agree. All right, I'm going to jump all the way down. I believe even Facebook are trying to do a startup cloud gaming platform. They are, but it's more like mobile game centric. Why do people hate cloud gaming? I think people are worried about their physical stuff, their physical disc, their physical whatever. I think there's some, here's what I think is kind of funny, is I think there's a group of gamers out there, you know, like they think they're competitive, and I think they worry that cloud gaming will just introduce like this gaming that's inferior. I literally think that's what it is. They think it's going to be inferior, and so they don't want something like that to take over because they feel like somehow that'll affect them and their skill or something. I think that's part. There's like a lot of different reasons. It's funny because one of my worries was, will I get that? Will I feel like I'm not playing like natively? Do I feel like I am cloud gaming and Stadia is just so good? But so are other services, by the way. GFN can be pretty good as well in regards to that. They all are really good. Luna as well. Like I don't actually feel like I'm cloud gaming, and so I think it's a lot of people just not. They're afraid of what they don't know, and that's a big part of it. Rob says, I'm still an avid fan of Stadia and hope they can pull this off. Either way, more cloud participants, the better. Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm going to keep saying it, guys. In general, we need to continue to, you know, give some praise to Stadia when they deserve it. Give constructive criticism when they deserve it because they won't get better. But also not be afraid of other services in regards to them doing good things as well. Because I personally get excited when other services are doing good because it'll make all the other services react. I don't know how many times this past year in 2020 we saw services react to Stadia quite a few times, and that's for a reason, guys. People have been scared of Stadia. I mean, Phil Spencer, Xbox main guy, literally said that his competition's it's Amazon and Google. So people are watching what Stadia is doing. So Kate says Stadia will beat the Switch Pro. The Switch will never do cloud-based gaming because Nintendo is so far back. Not like Xbox, PC, PS4, PS5, and Luna. Appreciate the 5, Kate. Really appreciate that 5. I think the Switch Pro will end up doing probably pretty good because the Switch fans are pretty crazy. The Nintendo fans are pretty crazy. I was making videos on Switch stuff before this channel. They're a cool group. But I'm not a fan of the Switch. I like the portability, and that's where it ends for me. Labby says, do you know the kissing a butt of companies doesn't help prove their service? The more you know. I'm gonna show your quote, your message, because it got grayed out. Yes, kissing the butt of companies does not help improve their service. Exactly. I don't, and if you're accusing me of kissing someone's butt, well, I disagree. I definitely do not do that. I just state what I feel from my heart. If that comes out more positive, so be it. If it comes out more negative, so be it. I try my best. I'm like that with everything in life, by the way. That's just how I am. I question everything, you know, both sides. So I agree though, but it goes the other way, by the way. You know, always giving negativity just for the clicks and all that. That's not cool either. So just to kind of counter that a little bit. Cloud gaming makes expensive gaming PC pointless. You know, there's always going to be some people that really want that, like the very, very best, like 4K 190 FPS. So there'll always be a market for those people. When it comes to their physical disc, that's kind of what I was getting out when I was asking if people cling too hard to the past and cling too hard to the nostalgia to the point where it puts a barrier. Yep. I agree with that, and that's part of today in general. Better not get too political. Chariot says I'm getting the Switch Pro, that's for sure, but I like Stadia as well. Yeah, no, I know you're a big Switch fan. I just, the Switch is so weak for me. I've never enjoyed how, like, I play a game on the Switch. I'm talking about the regular Switch, not the Switch Pro, and how it struggles to all the games just look so ugly. Like if they're big AAA games, like the Nintendo specific games, like the Mario games and the Pokemon games look great for what they are. I'm a huge by the way, I'm a massive Pokemon fan. Massive Pokemon fan. Like I've seen every single episode, every single cartoon. But I'm just not a Nintendo fan. I've just never been. It's funny because my first game was Mario. My very first game was the original Mario game. I've just I've always been attracted to kind of tech and power, which is Nintendo's more about the games than the software. So that's just always been where I've been, and that's kind of why Stadia kind of fits that for me. Yo, brother from another mother, what's up, my man Earl? How's it going, brother? How you doing? Good to see you. Glad I saw your message. Hopefully I'm not missing any other mod messages. I don't think you guys have been typing today. We got Ilsum in the chat, so I just saw him. What's up, my man? Let's send a what? Let's send a petition to Google to fire Phil Harrison. Oh my goodness. You guys can start that. I'm not. That's on you guys. Cloud gaming, as far as for now, is not as profitable, is not looking good. I disagree with that. If we want to talk about certain services, that's different. Cloud gaming itself is profitable in other spaces. What's up, Sonny? How are you, my friend? I'm doing really good, Ruben. Good to see you, my man. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing, my man? Stadia is great. I do all my gaming on the platform. However, I'd like to see more popular MMO FPSs come into Stadia, like COD or Battlefield. Agreed. I definitely want to see those games as well. And my suggestion to you and others, and what I could do as well on my channel, is just continue to be vocal. Let Stadia know. I keep telling you guys, just be vocal on which games you guys want to see. They are paying attention. They're watching it. So it's something that we need to continue to just do. And just be vocal, and I think you guys have been doing a good job of that, and we've seen some of those cases where that's happened. So Steven says, I'd love to see a Stadia roadmap for 2021 and 2022 so that I could see the up and coming games. I know there are over 100 games for this year, but I'd like to know what's planned. Yeah, Steven, they've essentially have said that they're not going to announce stuff ahead of time as much anymore. Where's my music? Just for fear of, I guess, like the deadlines or something not being met, and so that's kind of their motto. But right now, because of how people are, there's a good segment of people who are worried about Stadia's future. I think it would be a good opportunity to kind of change that one time. I keep saying this, I'd love to see a Stadia Connect and kind of give us maybe what's planned for the next 6 months, next 4 months, and I think a Stadia Connect would go a long way. And not only that, a Stadia Connect is like a gaming for us. It's like an event for us gamers, and that would be kind of giving us a little love at the same time. So I keep petitioning for that. I want to see it. I hope we see something like that, and I'm in agreement with you there. Marion says, not enough people are positive about cloud gaming, so keep doing your thing. I want them to bring Smite and COD to Stadia. Absolutely, Marion. That'd be awesome. Thank you for the $4.99, my man, and I'm with you on that. Those games would be awesome. I bet Phil Harrison is here under disguise. I hope so. Daniel says, good channel, work hard, but clown gaming is not taking off, bro. Oh, it's taking off, my man. I would bet everything on that in a heartbeat. Is it going, like, listen, is cloud gaming going to replace PC and console gaming? I'm not going that far, but it is definitely a part of gaming's future. just by the numbers alone. Just by, again, lots of people. It's easy for a lot of us to sit here and, you know, a lot of us live in a decent life, maybe some more so than others. But there's a lot of people who don't have the ability to buy a console, don't have the ability to build up a fancy PC. All they have is their cell phone, and cloud gaming is going to work for that reason alone. That's why I don't worry about it. Mobile gaming's exploded. Cloud gaming is part of that as well. So just for the record, so I disagree with you 100%. There's also a million articles I can literally send you that tells you the revenues for cloud gaming are going to be exploding in the years ahead. There's just way more evidence to say otherwise. What's up, Sonny? Did you enjoy Pixel Junk Raiders? So I got to play it for my video. I think I played about 2 or 3 hours of it. I did enjoy it. I wanted to see how much further it goes, though. I'm wondering what's kind of the end game of Pixel Junk Raiders. So it's a decent game. Not typically my type of game. I think I'm a little bit more loot centric, but I'm going to give it another shot here pretty soon. Jay Chase says, too much fanboyism in the gaming community. What happened to gamers caring about the games? Gamers should be happy to see Stadia succeed, whether they play or not. Good point. Good point, Jay Chase. I agree with that, my man. Chariot says, Resident Evil needs to be on the Stadia platform. I hope so, Chariot. I really do, my man. I really do. I actually saw a GoFundMe account Phil Harrison started. What? I actually saw a GoFundMe of... As Google got tired of having him on the payroll. Okay. Sure. I don't believe you, Juan. Google needs to be more vocal about Stadia. If they don't, Stadia will crumble and we'll see other companies leapfrog them in the cloud gaming space. It's possible, man. I could see xCloud really doing a lot of stuff. So I really hope that, you know, Stadia keeps the pressure. They keep it going. And the good thing, like I keep saying, all these other services doing good only helps Stadia. Stadia doing well only helps all the other services. So competition is a good thing. How does it feel? Odyssey says, Sonny, how does it feel to repeat yourself weekly? It's fine. I do repeat myself a lot, and I feel bad for those who watch like most of my stream. I actually feel bad the worst for you guys. I don't mind repeating myself. I know you guys have heard me. I'm like a broken record on so many different topics, but Daniel says, imagine lockdown and people have no money to buy sold out consoles yet. I know, and they can't have a decent player base. What are you doing? What are they doing wrong? Not sure what your question is, but I hear what you're saying on that. Sonny, let's play Uno sometime. Maybe. I do own it. Hey man, would like to know your opinion on why we will not have FIFA 21 crossplay? Because there's no crossplay with FIFA at all. FIFA itself doesn't have crossplay on any platform. So Stadia is not. I don't think Stadia gets the magical touch on that one. That's an EA thing, my man. We need to tell EA. We need to tell EA to set up crossplay. Is Earl still in the chat? He's like, Sonny, shut up. If you guys don't know, Earl works at EA. Anti-cloud gamers are pathetic. They are so blind to know that cloud is the future. I agree, Joseph. Couldn't agree with you more. With Star Wars and Madden FIFA on here from EA, do you think there will be a chance more EA Activision games being on the platform? Do you know with Star Wars Madden, do you think there will be more? Yes, I think there's a good chance we're going to see more EA games past the 5. I can actually see an EA channel happening, an EA like Ubisoft Plus, but it'd be like EA Plus, something like along those lines. So yeah, I can see that. Activision, I'm like 50-50, man. Some days I'm like, I really think we'll see them. Some days I'm just kind of like, bro, what are they doing? I'm kind of back and forth. Yo, we got Sunny Gold from Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. I really appreciate it. Coming in with the Sunny Gold, my man. Thank you for becoming a member on the channel. We got a lot of cool perks for becoming a member, so I really appreciate it. You get a badge next to your name. On Discord, by the way, if you're a member, let me know, DM me so I can give you a special badge over there as well. And what else? We got some cool. I have some exclusive content that I can get you guys out. I've been slacking so bad on that, but it will happen. We've had exclusive content, so you are going to receive that as a member. So I really appreciate that, Eddie. And yeah, much appreciated, my man. Thank you for becoming the gold tier on top of that. Ryan says, I just read that Watch Dogs Legion multiplayer is delayed indefinitely for PC. That's not what I read, I don't think. I thought, did that announcement come out today? I think they delayed one portion for the PC for later, but that Xbox, PlayStation, and Stadia are still going to see it on the 9th. They're just going to see a portion of the multiplayer delayed. I got to look at that again. Next pro game for April: Barbie Goes Hollywood. Barbie's Big Adventure Donkey Kong. That'd be awesome. Just to see the reactions. That's what you're going to see on April 1st. Stadia announces those games. Just to be an April Fool's joke. Kazi says cloud gaming will take off. Personally, I'm more likely to buy a game if it's on Stadia because I can buy a game once and play it on my phone tablet. I agree with you, Kazi. That's literally the same reason for me. And do you think we will have a big enough player base on launch on FIFA? I think that when FIFA launches, there's going to be modes that you guys can jump into, but maybe a week after FIFA launches, it might be harder to find people populating the multiplayer portions, which is why I was saying at the beginning of this stream that I think a good Discord, hopefully somebody's creating it, or maybe we can create it on this community of FIFA Discord, so that way, you know, you guys can kind of just get together and play when you're all online, and you guys can communicate via Discord, and that's usually the best way to set up games and stuff like that. So I expect the player base to kind of dwindle after like a week when FIFA launches on Stadia. And hopefully FIFA launches with a free weekend like they did with Madden. I think that'd be nice. I keep saying FIFA should be a pro game. If FIFA were a pro game, I think that could make some lot of noise. You can have a lot of people from potentially wanting to play FIFA that can't afford it somewhere else. I think that'd be great. Hopefully Stadia's listening on that and they decide to go that route at some point. Andre says if xCloud improves with the Series X hardware and they get the feature like crowd play, etc., it's game over for everyone else. Google really needs to bundle Stadia on YouTube Premium. I think that'd be a good way to, Andre, to promote Stadia, bundling it with YouTube Premium. I think that's pretty cool. Has Google released information on the changes they've made lately? Didn't watch it, but saw Generation Stadia had a video. They released information. What do you mean? Information on what, my man? What are we talking specifically on? Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Let me see. How long have I been streaming? Really appreciate you guys coming out. We are giving away, if you haven't already, exclamation raffle in the chat, guys. Give me a second. Exclamation raffle. Okay, so this giveaway is about to happen in like 30 minutes. So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned. We're not too far away. Exclamation raffle in the chat if you haven't already. If you did, don't do it anymore. Oh. When art comes out, it'll be great. Yo, are my mods around? Mods, make sure you're modding if you're around. When art comes out, it'll be great to see Sunny stream on how to learn the basics. I doubt it. Even I don't know the basics. Z6, I want a crossplay because I can't find no one in Stadia. Yeah, man, every game having crossplay is ideal. And I think the Stadia team's fully aware of it. And that's all we can hope for, man. And I feel like that's all I can say about that. Deke says played Outriders on Xbox but pre-order for Stadia, can't wait. Nice. I'm going to be playing Outriders on Stadia and I'm excited for it. Is Project Hailstorm still a thing? No, I don't think it is. They took away all signs of it. It could still be a thing maybe somewhere in the background, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully something comes out about Project Hailstorm and it's not because completely disappeared, because I know a lot of you guys were getting your hopes up for Project Hailstorm, but I do think that it was kind of fake. I think it was part of the April Fools, and I don't think it was a real thing. And I was saying in my videos, please do not joke about something like that right now. And I think maybe that's why we saw it disappear completely altogether. And so hopefully, like, if it is a real thing, it comes out soon or something along those lines happens. Yo, we got Jacob coming in here with a $2 information on SG&E and $10 million contracts. Not sure what you mean with that information. There's been no new information on Stadia Games and Entertainment and 10 million contracts. Well, all we know is Stadia has thrown some money at some publishers to put games on Stadia. So I don't know if that's what you mean. Appreciate the $2, my man. We got Uneasy Game Studios coming in here. Google should release their game engine for indie developers to create games. Would be cheaper for Google to get exclusives. Interesting. So they have a process for indie devs to sign up and use what you're talking about, use their tech to create games, but you do have to kind of go through an approval process. Now, I don't know exactly how it works. So I kind of see what you're saying, and it would be interesting, but yeah, though then it would only run on the cloud anyways. I don't know. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're listening, Sonny. Our little Phil is here. Yo, do I have any mods in the chat? Mods, where you at? Yo, let me say something in the chat if you're around. I'm on Stadia. GeForce Now and Xbox still have more streaming content. Strange considering Stadia has a $1 trillion net worth. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jason. I see what you're saying. The good thing about Stadia is that you don't need to download games or their updates, and that's why Google needs to step up getting COD or GTA. Yeah, I keep saying it. I think COD would make a big difference in Stadia's growth. What's up, Larry Lockett? What's up, my man? It would definitely it would move the needle for Stadia in a positive way. So I keep being vocal about it on my channel. You guys keep being are being vocal about it with comments on Reddit, comments in the YouTube videos, comments here on the live streams. You guys are being very vocal about it. They know about it. They've heard the question directly. Where is Call of Duty on Stadia? It's just a matter of they need to get that ball rolling. So what I think potentially could also happen is they could be working with Activision, and they could be working up some more, maybe some like thing where they set up their games with Stadia's tech. But what I'm hoping is if that happens, that the games will still also be on Stadia as at least purchasable options. So we'll see what happens. Chocolate Bacon Crunch, you come in every week, man, with a dono, and I really appreciate it. Every single week comes in $3, doesn't say anything, comes in, comes out, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, sir. So thank you for the $3. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mods are dead. Have you been contacted about Google about all the good job that you do about talking about Stadia? No, they don't contact me. They I work with them a little bit in regards to like these keys for games that I have, but no, not really. I've talked to some of the people at Google. I've even talked to John Justice, not a lot, nothing elaborate. I've just talked to him simply, you know, hey, I have a issue here. What do you guys think? And needing help with some other stuff. And they've been really, really cool. But there's no partnership or anything along those lines. Now Stadia did send me some swag right on February 1st when all the bad news came out, maybe like the day before. So they've recognized a lot of creators. But you know, I don't work for Google, and you guys know I've said enough negative things on this channel to know I don't get, you know, really any special treatment of any kind from anybody else. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting for sure. Imagine if Stadia got some Nintendo games like Mario, Zelda, Kirby games. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty crazy. Manny House says, mod me, I'll keep Law and Order. Yeah, we're about to fire some mods today. We're gonna fire them all, I think, at this rate. Stadia on Google Chromecast with Android TV. You need to have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, or you can't get hit. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, cool. Stadia games work with any game engine, such as Unity. Yep, that's true. It does work with Unity. Google should Rockstar and EA for sure. Let me keep reading, guys. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know in the chat. I'm getting caught up here with your stuff. Anything about anything, Stadia, cloud gaming related, or if you have a question to me specifically. If COD comes, Epic CEO might change his mind about Fortnite and other games. For sure, it's possible, Williams. That's definitely possible. Free Horizon says, hey Sonny, what are some of the headphones that work well with Stadia over CCU? You know what? Not the guy to ask for that one because I barely use the Chromecast Ultra. I'd say, I don't know, man. Maybe somebody in the chat can help you out with that. That's actually a great question. We should make some noise on the companies that we want games from. That's true as well. That's double, Joseph. Correct. So letting the game companies themselves know is a big deal. That's a good point, Joseph, because I always say that we should let Stadia know. The thing is, when I say let Stadia know, I mean like the bigger publishers, the bigger developers, the ones that ignore us if we ask for their games. But for all the other games, like if there's like some good small indie games out there, or some like decent, like just not AAA, but right below it, asking those companies, say, hey, we'd love to see your game on Stadia. I know I filled out a survey for Falls Guys, and I said, hey, now I'd love to see Fall Guys on Stadia. Now Epic bought Fall Guys, so who knows if we'll see it now. But you know, stuff like that makes a difference. You want your voice to be heard. Say, hey, I want this game. You know, do it on Twitter, do it on their Facebook, a lot of different places, and it's definitely a good thing because they do pay attention to that stuff. Ann says you should be an official Stadia social marketing manager. You know I'm about to throw some shade by saying this, but I feel like I couldn't do any worse. So, you know, if they want to hire me and give me 6 figures, I'm down. Are you a Stadia founder? Yes, I am. I have the Midnight Blue controller. Is it here? Hopefully I go back and focus. Right here. Here's my controller. You can see it. I have the Midnight Blue controller, so I am a founder. Activision games on Stadia are a never-ending dream that's never going to come true. I know. I kind of agree with you on that. I don't know about the never come true, but it's a dream for me. What is your favorite game on Stadia? So, to be a little controversial, I think my favorite game on Stadia is probably Cyberpunk. Red Dead's not too far behind it. What else? I always forget my top list. I've been enjoying the crap out of Dead by Daylight's going to end up taking over my like top hours played here pretty soon. So right now I'm loving the crap out of Dead by Daylight on Stadia. It's an amazing experience. I'm almost one of the top ranks too. And guess what I'm doing it on? I'm doing it on a cloud gaming service. So there it is, baby. There it is. All you can do is prove how good Stadia is by playing it and showcasing it. Sonny, do you think Stadia could have something similar to the old Xbox Live Arcade? You know, I'm not too familiar with the old Xbox Live Arcade. I'd have to know how that used to work. Some people who have fast internet have reported that they haven't had a good experience on cloud gaming services. Do you think this is because they have not invested in a quality router? Yes. Yoshiwa, I think there is a million reasons why sometimes Stadia... that's what I always say about Stadia. It's so great at finding the hole in your network. And it could be a cable, you know, it could be something outside, it could be your router, it could be your modem. But if there's something that's off, if you have like this big internet package, it's not Stadia. It's usually something within your setup, you know, but people will be quick to blame Stadia. If I can play Stadia on my phone with 4G and play a competitive game like I do with Dead by Daylight, like, come on. Like, this thing, Stadia works insane. So that's what's funny about Stadia, is that if there's a hole in your network somewhere, it's gonna find it. It's gonna be somewhere. So it's gonna point it out. Is there a country where Stadia is well received by press and everybody? Not in France, unfortunately. I'm not sure about that. Someone says they're a mod. Andre says FIFA is dropping Stadia in 11 days. I doubt there will be a demo, maybe a free weekend. Hey, yeah, I really hope there's going to be a free weekend for FIFA, and I haven't heard anything in regards to that, but I really do hope there will be. Jason says their marketing's horrible. I hope Stadia doesn't turn into a penny pinchers. Tell them since you're a Stadia spy. What's a Stadia spy, my man? What are you talking about? What's a Stadia spy? You're on the verge of trolling, Jason. Tell me what a Stadia spy is. I'd love to know what exactly that is. When do you think Google will add officials support for Stadia on the CCGTV? What's a CCGTV? You mean the Google Chromecast? Okay, I see what you're saying. I think that's going to be pretty soon. I think the date they said was spring, maybe summer at the very latest. So I think we're going to see it potentially in the next couple months. The very latest, maybe like the beginning of fall. So we're actually not too far from that, Scheffler. Oh, great question. Are you excited about FIFA and are you going to play it? Yes, I am. I'm moderately excited for a sport that I'm not too into, but I love the FIFA games. I've actually purchased them over the years sporadically. I used to own it on like the Nintendo 3DS. I owned FIFA for like the career mode. I'm looking forward to it on Stadia. I am going to be playing it. And yeah, I guess I am pretty excited for it when I think about it. Quan says Google should buy out Sony. That'd be nice. Stadia, Ann says Stadia messes up for me when someone stands in a very specific location in the house. It's weird. Yeah, that is a little weird. Maybe one of those boosters, those like Wi-Fi boosters might work. Sonny, do you post on the Stadia community founders? No, I don't. For the Stadia community, you should check it out. Actually, I don't check it out too often. I should though. Sonny, in your opinion, is the Stadia controller worth $70? You know, the controller's been on sale quite a few times, Josh. I'd say wait for it for a sale, because it comes on sale often enough. But in general, the controller, $70, I do think it's worth $70. To have it connect to the Wi-Fi, it does give that experience a lot better than like Bluetooth. Directly plugged in, it's pretty close. If you already have a controller that can do Stadia, like an Xbox controller, and you're able to plug it in directly, I would say that that's good enough and you don't need to get a Stadia controller. But otherwise, I'd say get it. It depends on what your setup is, Josh. I'm calling you Josh. My bad, Joshua. D-Dots says, if Stadia works great for other people, but for me, so laggy and blurry, but my connection is fine. So what about other services? Have you ever tried anything else? By the way, join our Discord, and we tend to troubleshoot in there if you have problems. Let's all write Stadia customer support and ask them to hire Sunny to bring you an exclusive info. Z6 says, I run 4K without problems. I don't know why people complain. It's not Stadia's fault. Is there Wi-Fi router? Sometimes the Wi-Fi might not be getting the signal. You know, a lot of times too, there's like a lot of different reasons, Z6. Sometimes too many people are on your network using the stuff too. Hold on, let me jump to this donation. Yo, Henan coming in with a Henan 47 coming in with $10. While many gamers balked at the idea of investing in games on a new and unproven ecosystem, they did not seem to comprehend they were getting a free evolving console versus dropping hundreds on a static one. You know, that is such a good point, and it's such a good point that I actually have that written down. I have that written down because I'm going to talk about it soon in a video, and you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, and it's insane. There's just so many cool things about Stadia, you know, and the fact that it is a free evolving console and it should be always upgrading, you know, and performing close to, if not even in some cases better, in some cases not better than the current consoles, you know, like forget the old generations, the PS4, but even the current ones, like when you put like Cyberpunk side by side, you know, it's pretty up there. You put Madden's a really good one. You put Madden, the game that came out a month ago, Madden, with Xbox Series X next gen, it's not that far off again. So it's just insane how good Stadia is. So well said. Appreciate that 10, and I'm glad you highlighted something that I'm about to talk about really soon. You guys are going to see that. So well said, my man. Well said, and I really appreciate it. Thank you again for that $10. Let me keep it going here. Stadia says, Stadia messes up when someone stands in a very specific... Oh, my bad. I already read that, Ant. What Google Stadia should do is buy Bungie and Epic Games. Yeah, that'd be great. We got another 10 coming in. Twisted Barber. Keep up the great work, Sonny. You are a credit to the platform. I think you should have your very own spot on the Stadia platform. I don't know what that means, Twisted Barber, in terms of my own spot, but I really appreciate that 10. You know what I'd love to see? And literally, they don't have to add me to this, but I would love to see when they upgrade the Stadia. What's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's that extra portion in the Stadia app. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. But there's like a section where it shows off like reviews, or I think, is that what they're going to do in the future? I don't remember now. It's been so long since I've looked at it. I think it's the Explore tab. So that's the name I'm looking for. So the Stadia Explore tab, and I don't know, my camera probably won't focus it, but I'd love to see creators, YouTube creators, potentially featured here if they're live streaming or they're showing off a gameplay video, and they don't have to include me. They can take this suggestion and not include me, but have all the other creators on there. And I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it. They don't need to include me. I'm fine. The YouTube algorithm does its thing for me. But for all the other creators that a lot of people don't know about, I'd love to see them featured on here. So I see what you're saying. If that's kind of what you mean, Twisted, I agree 100%, because a lot of people in this community, creators, do a lot of hard work showcasing how awesome Stadia is, and I'd love to see them get some more love. But again, thank you for the 10, and thank you from Henan for the 10 as well, guys. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the 10. Means a lot. Sonny, I always liked Blockbuster over Hollywood Video. Do you agree? Yes. I even worked for Blockbuster. I loved that job. I loved it. Loved it. I would do the what was it called? I was like the special shopper, or the special, I forget what they had a special name for it. But every Fridays and Saturdays, and it was like the job given to the newbie, you'd have to walk around the floor, and you'd give people like answers to questions if they had it, if they were looking for a certain game, you were there to help with that, or if they were asking for a recommendation on the movie. And I loved Blockbuster. Hollywood Video I would go to as well, because they had them both right next to each other where I lived. And Hollywood Video was all right, but they weren't as cool. I just have a special place in my heart for Blockbuster because I actually worked there and I loved that job. So I only left that job to go work at, this was when I was like 18, 19. I only left that job to go work at a LAN center, which is even cooler. You guys know a LAN center where like there's a bunch of gaming PCs, and I just sat there and ringed everybody up, but I would just play video games throughout all my shifts. So, oh man, Blockbuster's so cool. Sonny, as a kind of a new YouTuber, do you find it harder job to do than you expected? Does it take a lot of time to do all this research? And do you know what goals you have for the channel in the future? Really great questions. Do I find it harder to do than I expected? No. I've done a crap ton of research. I'm talking about YouTube itself. We're talking maybe hundreds, probably 1,000 at this point of hours on algorithms, how to do videos itself, setups, you know, every little thing. And I love this. Like, I love doing this. I love it. So I do not find it to be a harder job, because I love it. When you love something as much as you do, you don't feel like you're actually working. And I love this. This part here, streaming and talking to you guys, is the hardest part for me, actually, because I'm an introvert. I'm not a guy who like, you put me in a group with a ton of people and I'm just a silent guy. It's hard for me. This is the hardest part, but I do like streaming, and I've streamed before I even became a YouTuber, because I just like gaming and I love sharing that with you guys. I like playing with you guys, etc., etc. But I just love this so much, so I don't find it to be hard. But I can see how people get burnt out. I've never come close to that. I've just loved it. I just love this that much. You guys, though, are a huge part of that. I swear. Because in 2019, when I was doing other stuff, I didn't get the support that I do now. And you guys have just elevated my love for this so much more. It's just, I can't even quantify it, you know? Does it take a lot of time to do all this research? If you mean like the news, a little bit. I scan through a lot of different stuff, and you know, I hear from the people I hear from and all that stuff. So it can definitely be time consuming, and I'm pretty much checking my stuff every hour, almost every day. And I'm always like, it's funny because I get DMs from people. Hey, Sonny, did you know this? Did you know that? In regards to the news, rarely has someone messaged me and go, and I mean really rarely, Sonny, did you know about this? And I already didn't know, because I know, because I check my stuff so much, because I'm always trying to keep you guys in the loop, and I'm always preparing to set up that news for you guys. So I love this though. Like, I do. I really do. All right, let me keep going. Activision has to be the worst gaming publisher. They have such a deep hate for cloud gaming. You might not be wrong, but I want to say for the record, and I know this isn't Activision, but one of the Blizzard guys said that cloud gaming has a future. And I feel like he said that kind of coy. So I fully expect to see their games in cloud gaming at some point. Do you know that Atlas have a new survey? Funny thing is, they kicked Stadia out on the list that you can choose from the platform. Well, that sucks. Atlas isn't that great, so it is what it is. Most games play well for me on Stadia, some notably inconsistent ones like The Crew 2. Strangely weird on every connection I have available. That is kind of weird. That's a weird one. Sonny, what games, big games do you personally want to see? Your own preference, not the community game. Thank you for that, Andy. And what are the odds of that game coming to Stadia in your opinion? So the number one games I'd love to see, I'm a big action RPG fan. The only thing that we have close to a Diablo-like game is Darksiders Genesis, and the game's okay, but it doesn't have the loot that I love. So for me, the Diablo games and Overwatch games, so the Blizzard games, are probably my own personal preference. Like you said, not a community game, So well said for clarifying that, because when you say what games I want to see most, I usually say COD because it's for the community. For me, on a personal level, the Diablo games would be huge. The old Diablo 2 and then the new Diablo coming out will probably be my #1 games. And I'm probably going to play those probably on Twitch and stream them through the cloud somehow. So I'm excited for those. Maybe even on this channel if you guys want to see that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just too big of a fan. I feel like if I'm going to play a game for as many hours as I know I will be, I might as well hang out with you guys at the same time. What games are you giving away today? We're giving out Shantae's Half GD Hero. Like that Ultimate Edition, I think. Paul, I am doing really well. Thank you. Lamont, my man. What's up, dude? How you doing, Lamont? I'm losing my voice. So not to give you even more love. Lamont, good to see you in the chat, my man. How close are we? Hold on. Let me see this real quick. All right, cool. We're in the next 10 minutes. We're going to do this giveaway, guys. Yo, Sonny, when do you think Warzone will come to Stadia? I think if we were to see Warzone, we could see it by the end of the year. If we were to see it. But that's just me totally guessing. There's been no confirmation of Warzone coming. I really hope we are going to see it. And I think they know that it's like the #1 requested game. Stadia is definitely better than Netflix. All right, Jason. Canola wrote, you guys can find me under Canola, and I think I'm saying her name on Stadia. If you guys want to add Canola, feel free to add him to your friends list. I'd appreciate that. These guys, feel free to put each other's your names, your Stadia name down in the chat. Let other people add you. Let's build up this community. By the way, tomorrow we're doing a community gaming day /night. It's not going to be for a ton of hours. We usually play for like 2 hours, and that's going to be tomorrow on the Discord. It's run by my mods who are not here present today helping me out. Bums. But they're going to be running it, and I'm going to be there in Discord chatting it up with you guys. So it should be fun. Kate coming in with another $4.99. Kate, you've done so much. I really appreciate it. Kate, you always share all my videos on Twitter, so I really appreciate it. Something you love is not a job, but a hobby that turns into a job that you love to bits. Thank you for that, Kate. Yes. I agree. JJ says you do good work. Really dig the Stadia content it provides on YouTube. Thank you for that. I got a real cool video that I hope you guys like coming up in the next couple days, man. I think I'm finally going to get it out. I've been holding off because of all the negative news, and I just didn't want to release it next to negative news because it's a positive video. So I hope you guys give that video some love here. And that's what you're going to see here. Some good positivity. Sonny, do you think the xCloud latency will improve once they finish swapping to the new blades? Yes, I do, Josh. Well, the question will be, Josh, will they improve enough to make me happy for me to actually start enjoying xCloud? That's what I want to know. I'm so curious about that. I'm a huge fan of State of Decay on xCloud, and there's a lot of xCloud games that I actually want to cover when the first party games come out. So we'll see, man. I hope so. I'm hoping xCloud does some good stuff, because I feel like if xCloud does really well, Stadia is going to have to step it up. Luna's going to have to step it up, and that's what I want to see. So we'll see, Josh. I think it is going to improve, though. The latency will improve quite a bit, I think. Lamont, thank you, my man. Juan says, I think Microsoft will buy Shadow PC. Interesting. Lamont, any gaming after this? No. Juan says, is this your full-time job, Sonny? No, it is not my full-time job. I hope it gets there one day, but we'll see. The channel's got to grow quite a bit more, and maybe it can be there. Free Horizons says, Sonny, hard to believe you're an introvert when you have such an amazing radio voice. I am a super introvert. Yeah. Sonny, I think once they are... Kessel says, okay, you're talking to him, my bad. Rouster says my Stadia name is Rouster. Levi's got his name in there. All right, guys, we're so close to giving this game away, so get ready, guys. Sonny, are you going to be a guest on Stadia Swords podcast anytime soon? So, Eli, we've set up to where I was supposed to be on their podcast a couple times, and due to something happening with my schedule, because my schedule has changed drastically as of this past week, I'm now back to pre-COVID, which is actually a positive thing. But now I think I interfere even more with their schedule on their podcast. So there's been some scheduling conflict, so I haven't been able to be on there. But I was supposed to be on there twice, and I haven't had a chance. So maybe at some point we can get together. I was close to grabbing a Stadia account, but then I bought a PC instead. Well, how's that PC working out for you, my man? Ant's coming in with the 5. Love the fact that I don't need to look elsewhere for my Stadia news. Keep up the good work. Thank you for that, Ant. Thank you for your continued support, my man. You have been very, very generous, and I mean that. You, Kate, and a lot of others, all the people who donated today, I really appreciate it, guys. Every single dollar does go back into the channel, so I mean that. I think I joked about it the other day. So there was some stuff that I got. Some of those lights I just picked up back in the background too, but they look ugly because we just set them up right before the stream. So some stuff that try to make things look nicer, but also a lot of other things that I'm messing with and things that I'm hoping to invest further into the channel. Beto gave me a $1 donation as well. Beto, I almost missed that. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Beto, thank you for the $1. Let me make sure I'm not missing any more donations. Thank you, Beto. Really appreciate that. So really appreciate all this stuff. But guys, liking the videos also helps too. If you guys want to ever support, liking the videos, commenting is really cool too. Also, if you guys haven't already subscribed, you do need to be subscribed to win the giveaways today. Subscribe. I'm so close to 17,000. I think I was about to hit 16,800. We're only like 20 away. So make sure you guys subscribe if you're brand new and you're watching this stream, this channel for the first time. I enjoy your live streams. I'm not asking to be a moderator. However, if there's a need for mods on YouTube, I'd love to help in any way. For sure, Bob. Joe, I will keep a mental note on that, my man. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Rogo? How's it going, my man? What's up, Sonny? How's it going? Were you under a different name? I don't recognize the name, but I see you're a member. Thank you, my man. How are you doing, Rogo? I think my next PC console will be an Asus ROG 5 phone. Yes. Dude, I want one of those phones. Lamont, let me go ahead and add that. There it is, Lamont. So if you guys want to add Lamont to your Stadia friends list, his name is Quest Avenue 6401. Rouster says I'm an introvert too, even on chat. It's all good. I hear you, my man. It's all good. Joshua Flores coming in with a 3. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Joshua Flores. By the way, here's a secret. You guys call me Sonny, but my real name's Josh. So that's why I keep calling you Josh. Thank you. But Sonny is what it's going to be. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for your honest review and commentary for Stadia. You are my favorite Stadia YouTuber. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I know sometimes that I'm not positive enough for a lot of people. I've noticed that when I cover negative news that is out there, or if I say something in a negative light, and it's just me trying to give constructive criticism at times, I've noticed people have unsubscribed. It's going to happen. That's not going to change me from giving you guys my honest, full thought out review. And like I keep saying, guys, you know, I'm mostly positive. You guys are watching me. You guys know I'm mostly a positive guy. But at times we do need to give some constructive criticism. So we see Stadia, Luna, GeForce Now all improve. We got to call them out when there's something that needs to be worked on, or we want to see certain games, we want to see certain things. So yeah, Doc Burrow asked me any opinion on Super Animal Royale. So I did see that piece of news for Stadia. I haven't checked out the game, so I'm gonna have to hold off on that on my next video, and I will give you my opinion on that. Can you cover how bad the Stadia controller is, or is it won't help the channel? So I love the Stadia controller. So you would have to tell me what is it that you don't like, and we can talk about it. But I love the Stadia controller. So if I didn't like it, I'd be honest about it. I love this controller. So I'm not sure why you're saying it's bad. You have to let me know. Rogo says, yeah, I have my full name here, so I changed it so I could chat. Ah, I see. Probably for the better. So I agree with that. It's Ray coming in, loving the stream. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, my man. You guys say, Ray, you think he's going to win the giveaway? Yes, you do have to be present for the giveaway. We're about to do this here soon. Where are we at? We are... Okay, we're about to do this in the next 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Ann says, it's not that you're negative. It's just you're being honest and giving your honest review. Exactly. But some people think I'm being negative, and they leave. And it is what it is. Stadia fanboys are too sensitive. Some people in general about all their platforms can be pretty sensitive, so it just is what it is. Hold on, let me turn on the music. There it is, the music's back. All right, real quick, before we do this giveaway, we do have to give a shout out to the actual giveaway giveawayee, the person who's giving it away. Is that a word? Did I say that correctly? Probably not. Probably not. All right, before I go and we pull this giveaway, one last thing, I'm going to put his link in the description in the chat. Four Scars Gaming is the guy giving out his key today. He's giving out Shantae Half Genie Hero. Give me a second, guys. All right, he's giving out his key today, and he wanted me to give it out to you guys, but he also wanted me to give me a little bit of love to his channel. So I have his channel in my description, so I'm just gonna link it real quick to his. You know what? Let me link this whole thing. I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick because he's giving out today's key. I actually have some cool giveaways we're gonna do in the next couple weeks. I'm gonna give out what's the game I'm talking about here? I'm trying to think of it at the top of my head. The game that just came out. Why am I drawing blanks, guys? This is what happens when you live stream. You just forget things. I said it earlier too. Did we just get a new dono? Kate coming in with another $1.99. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is Big Texas in the house? What's up, my man? What's up, my man? Guys, exclamation raffle before I do this giveaway because I'm about to close it. We're giving out. What's the game that came out yesterday, guys? I'm drawing blanks today. Saints Row. Okay, I got it. Saints Row the 3rd. I'm going to give that out here soon, next week. We'll give that out next week. Saints Row. So Saints Row the 3rd, we're going to give that out next week. This is, check out Scars' channel. He streams mostly Stadia, does a little Luna as well. So throw him a sub. He streams Stadia stuff. So another cool creator you guys can check out. He's giving out today's key, or the keys from him. I'm giving it out. I keep saying that. So... Sunny Cloud, it doesn't hold battery for so long. It takes forever to pair. Compared to the DS3, it doesn't pair with mobiles. It's very restrictive. So, for me, the battery has been fine. But I've heard this complaint before, so you're not alone on that one. It takes forever to pair. I disagree. When you're pairing it with Stadia, it's pretty quick. Once you put in the little code, for me, it's like near instant. Compared to I don't know what DS3 is. It doesn't pair well with mobiles. Very restrictive. So at times, like when I'm trying to play a Steam game with the Stadia, because I do like the Stadia controller so much, sometimes it doesn't work. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's just like some thing where the game's got to update to where it can, like some sort of firmware or something. I don't know. But for me, I'm a big fan of it. So I hear what your complaints. You're not the only one that said they don't like the battery life. So that's the only thing. But I'm actually a fan of the controller. The folks who really rock with you depend on you to give us honest and true. Thank you for that, Dim Reaper. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna change. I can't be one of those people who is like always negative, you know, and is just like I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see something that's off, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna be honest. I also can't be the other way either, where it's just like I'm so positive and I don't have any constructive criticism or anything, because how does this is a literal question to those who, and I know there's some of you guys are, and this isn't a shot at anybody, I swear to you, I believe in Stadia, but if we always say positive, like if we never like say, hey, you know, they could do better with communication, if we don't do that, how does it improve if all we do is say how awesome Stadia is? We got to find ways to make sure we're holding them accountable so they can improve and give that constructive criticism, guys. But I just wanted to, at the same time, a lot of the way that people cover Stadia out there, it's so negative, and it's just not indicative of how things are today too. So there's a lot of negative press, and I think that a lot of Stadia fans are tired of that. And so for them, any negativity, and maybe that's why they unsubscribe from me, any negativity is just they feel like it's piling it on, when really it's just me. Like, I'm a big fan of Stadia, but it's me wanting to see Stadia improve. Hold on, we got another donation here. Jay Chase comes in here to $2 just because. Keep up the good work. Thank you for that, man. I really appreciate it. So I'm with you guys, man. All I can do is be me. All I can do is be me for sure, you know, and be honest in general. So you guys aren't always going to agree with me. Vice versa. I'm not always going to agree with you guys. It's just the way it is. But either way, we're a community. If you guys haven't noticed, we've had a couple people today come in and saying negative stuff about Stadia. I don't kick them out. I actually want to talk to them. We have our buddy here saying that he doesn't like the Stadia controller. I'd rather talk to him and find out what's up with it, so we can figure that out. You know, maybe it's something we can figure out if there's an issue, or he can just disagree and say he dislikes it. I'm gonna say I'm gonna like it. So that's how we roll on this channel, man. Whether good or bad, if you don't like it, then I guess technically the door's there. Frank says, Frant, I'm going to call you Janik. Janik says, I wish the Stadia controller's mic could be used in voice chat. I thought it could. I don't use the microphone on here, so I think it could be a little better. So that probably I can agree with. Yeah, WB says Stadia's controller has a long battery life. To me, it does for me too. Like, I feel like it never dies. I honestly charge it like once a month, but I mostly play keyboard and mouse. So I will agree that I don't like use the controller every day, all day. All right, hold on. Let me go. We're Lamont coming in with $1.49. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you. Let's do this giveaway because I know you guys are waiting. And I can go on and on and on and on and on. Lamont, thank you for the $1.49. Thank you for the $2, Chase. Thank you for all the donos, guys. We're gonna do this giveaway now. We're gonna give away what's it? Half Genie, Shantae's Half Genie Hero. I think it's the ultimate version. Before I do, again, check out my man here. I'm gonna link it one more time. Check out his channel. He's giving out this key today. It's his key, and I'm giving it out. So check out his channel. And with that, we're going to give this away. A couple rules before I go. You have to be active in the chat. You have to type in something. So when I pull your name, make sure you respond in the chat. You have to be subscribed to the channel. And if you end up winning, you have to message me via Twitter or Discord in a direct message. So it has to be a DM. So DM me. And the last thing that I want to say is, I just had it. Forget it. Let's just go. Let's just go. Make sure you guys are on either the Discord or Twitter if you win. All right. Oh, we got another donation. Oh my God, guys. Let me pull this. Ray coming in. Embrace debate. Love you, Sonny. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. Appreciate that 5, my man. All right. Let's pull this winner. All right. Let's go. All right. Remember, you have to message me in the chat. I already closed it. You have to message me. Let's go. All right. I am Ansari. You are today's first pick. If he doesn't respond in the chat, he has to type in anything. If he doesn't respond in the chat, we move on. We're only gonna give him about a minute. So let's see if he says anything. Dude, my controller holds only 3 hours while playing PS3 on old controller. And that sucks, Many House. I wonder if there's something up with your controller. Your constructive criticisms for improvement for the platform is welcome. Thanks for keeping it real, Sonny. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on. We ready? He has not said anything. I'll give him another 20 seconds. You have to be really quick because I will move on. All right, we're going to pick another winner. All right, let's go. Here we go. BB, are you in the chat? If you're a member on the channel, you also get an extra ticket. So every week it's been like 1 week we have a member who wins. Another week it's like one of the normal viewers. One of you guys who are just subscribed. No. All right, we'll move on. We'll give BB like another 30 seconds or so. Keep it going. In the meantime, let me keep reading what you guys are saying. Juan Redmond says Stadia needs to improve in several ways. For sure. Let me keep it going. Hey, Sonny, stay safe and let's let haters hate. Awesome stream. Content as usual. Thank you for that, Case Ball. I appreciate that, my man. That's fine, Sonny. Keep it real. PS exclusive. Play like a movie cinematic walkthrough simulator. BB, there he is. What's up, my man? He won. See, and here's the thing too. Like if you're, and I always forget to say this, but if you're someone who doesn't normally chat a lot, it's okay. All you have to say is whatever. You could literally just leave a dot in the chat as long as you're active and present. You win. So congratulations to BB. He's our winner today, and thank you to John for today's Stadia key to give away. Really appreciate it. I actually have a lot of games to give away, guys. Some of the list of games I have to give away here in the upcoming weeks. So you want to be here on these live streams. I talked about Saints Row, but I also have WWE 2K to give away. What else do I have? Let me pull this up. Let me pull up my list here. I have I have a Watch Dogs key to give away. I also have Phoenix Point. That's a $60 game. Immortals Phoenix Rising. We're not giving that one away though. That one's gonna be a special one. Destroy All Humans. We got quite a few codes, guys. We have a ton of stuff to give away, so quite a few games to give away to you guys here in the upcoming weeks ahead. So definitely stay tuned. Like always. Oh, BB isn't subbed. Uh-oh. Make sure you sub, BB. I'm sure he subbed. I am Josue. Hear me raw. Hear me raw. My name wasn't pronounced right. Not from me, my man. I know how to pronounce your name because it's my name. It's Josue. I need a sweater that says "See you in the cloud." Yo, we'll come up with some personal merch at some point. We'll come up with some personal merch for sure. Oh man. Oh man, good stuff, guys. Can you do a Crata free edition giveaway? You know, that's not a bad idea. I should talk to the Crata folks, see if they want to hang out. Guys, please subscribe. I'm so close to 17,000, 16,800 as well. So definitely subscribe, guys. Legend Gaming, sadly, I missed the stream. It's all good. I really appreciate you guys coming out today. This has been a lot of fun, guys. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. We have a lot of cool stuff to give away. So be here every Saturday, guys. Lamont, I'm going to look into that merch, my man. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to head out today. This has been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun. What's up, little? Yeah, merch is dope. Looks like a couple of you guys want that. I'll do it. Oh, Eli. I thought you meant like the whatchamacallits, the outfits and stuff from Crata. Either way. All right, guys. I'm going to get out. Have a good one, guys. I will see you guys next Saturday for sure. Same time as always. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for all the donations. We got a lot of new ones today. Really, really appreciate it. Go check out John's channel. Appreciate him giving away the key today. That's going to be it for me. Thanks again to all, like I said, all you guys that donated. Thank you guys for liking this stream, subscribing, being cool, being in the comments, being your guys' self. Let's have some fun here. We got a lot of cool stuff happening. And one last time, guys, get ready. We have some cool stuff coming out for Stadia. Some cool stuff. Watch out. That's all I can say. We got some cool stuff. Just watch out. Ryan, thank you for the $5 right before I leave. Thank you, my man. There's some cool stuff coming out. Just be a little more patient. Let's give this a little bit more time, all right? All right. Have a good one, guys. Thank you, Ryan, for the 5, man. I can't wink. Okay, you guys get the message? Yeah? All right, guys. Have a good one. See you guys. As always. I'll see you guys in the clouds. Take care, guys. Have a good one.